gozaimasu. Okay, wait. Wait, I such a mess. Give me a second. Oh, my birds are waking up. They are so cute. How do I do this in the dumbest way possible? The important questions I always have to ask myself. Oh my god, I look like such a mess. But I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Look, there's a magic trick. It's a magic trick. I will just put my hair up like this, and then it looks not half as bad anymore. Oh my god, hi everyone! Oh, guys. Okay, I have the chat there now. My birds are slowly waking up. Forgive me for the poor lighting. It is still just 5 a.m. and I have not gotten a new ring light yet because I actually didn't think about that and I didn't take it to Japan with me. When is Injured Foxes Part 3 expected? The script is finished, so this all depends on my ability to record. And sorry, they're so cute when they're waking up. Are you mad at me because I woke you? You know, you're usually up at this time. Mad at me that I don't let you out of the cage. I can never make it right with these ones. No, I love them so much. It's like so funny because when Hibiki was still alone, they're currently sitting together up on their perch. It's so cute. When Hibiki was still alone, she would get really mad very early in the morning because she didn't want to be alone in her cage. And then I would open the cage just for her to like come sit on my shoulder or my hand and fall asleep again. It's so adorable. Anyway, what I was gonna say, so yeah, Injured Foxes, Injured Boxes, yeah, sure. Injured Foxes Part 3, the script is already finished, so yeah, I said it depends on my ability to record, and on my channel members, because I always do this where I will gather a couple of scripts that I finish, then I will let my channel members vote which of those should be next, and then I work through them in that order that they're voting on. At least that's my current strategy. Before that, I had like kind of like rules and ideas about Fridays are for supercuts, Saturdays are for one-shots or something new, like the first part of a series, and then Sundays are for the continuation of series, and I still kind of stick to that. But yet, it depends now, especially because I am so bad at just continuing series. I'm so bad. Hi everyone, how are you doing? I love Fluff and Her Comfort. Oh, Her Comfort, it's just hit different. I mean, I personally am a huge fan of Angst for the Happy Ending. Like, give me something heavy and then the characters healing together. Oh, there's not enough stories about that, so I'm writing them. I've gotten my options for my subjects I'm taking, and I've got drama music, drama, and history. Ooh, those are good options. I actually also got my subject options, and I'm so excited. Oh my god. The bio classes sound amazing, though I'm a bit scared of the laboratories. I will have like lab like 3 or 4 days out of the week, which if I have to write a lab report almost every single day. No, someone save me. No. If it, as soon as it gets a little bit lighter outside, I'll also let the birds out and maybe you get to see them. Isn't that nice? And yeah. Kia, how do you know to live stream when I'm busy? Lol. Oh no, to live. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's a special ability of mine actually. I somehow always magically pick the times when you are busy. Is this better without the headphones? I don't know, they were bothering me right now. Wait. Good morning. Oh, hi, Elsa. Wanna come out? No? Stretching? Oh, she's so cute. Ah, there she is. Look at my little bird. I love her. Hi, Akari. Yes. Do you also want to come out? Akari is still not as great of a flyer, so she's a bit more hesitant. But yeah, you came out. Wait. Somewhere I have millet in my pocket. Here. There you go. Anyway, sorry, I am back with a chat. Your writing is such a comfort and relatable to me. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really happy. Well, I'm happy to hear it for the most part. With the relatable thing, it depends very much on which video we're talking about. There are some I know are relatable, but I wouldn't wish for them to be relatable. If that makes sense. Oh great, now I have the shelves everywhere. Yeah. With birds you have to vacuum like every day. Hi. Oh, you're getting back to your caddy. Which, that's just what happens if you have birds. Wait 1 second. There you go. Okay. And yeah, I actually want to show you something. Though on the one hand, I don't want to say too much yet or get your expectations up, but on the other, I'm very bad at keeping secrets. Like, my own. I'm very bad at keeping my own secrets. I can, if you tell me a secret, it's locked. It's locked. I will. But my own, I overshare way too much. I watch your videos so much I can't. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Especially now. I mentioned it in... no, wait. I think that video isn't even out yet. Except to channel members. So, I sadly didn't get the scholarship for this semester. Which is fine. I do have enough money saved up for the tuition and everything. But yeah, if you want to support me, just... feel free to watch my videos as much as you want. I would greatly appreciate it, especially Supercuts. They have a crazy RPM. Anyway, look what I did. I have a couple of surprises, so to say. And yeah, please mind the 3 emojis maximum rule. It's just so that the chat doesn't get spammed. I 100% appreciate your messages and that you want to express joy or whatever. And I really, really love that. It's just sometimes when there's way too many emojis, it just fills the chat too much. So first of all, I drew a bunch of Suna chibis. These are just very quick drawings, so they're not all that good. But I tried my best. This was in preparation for this. Where I came up with an, instructions for making a Suna chibi out of air-dried clay. I ordered air-dried clay because I saw it on one of my favorite TikTok creators, and now I'm like, and I decided the first thing I wanted to try making was haiku chibis, which is probably not what I should start with, because that's an insanely ambitious project as a first project. But yeah, I wrote one for Suna. I made an instruction manual for Iwaizumi. Instruction manual for Akashi, which is the most detailed one because I decided to pick this one with his jacket on. And I made an instruction manual for the little crow chibis, for the Karasuno first years. I am definitely way too ambitious. Literally, after I saw that TikTok, I went to my mom and was like, oh no, this is about to spark a new hyperfixation for me. Whoopsie. And also I commented that under that video. And I was like, what did you do? My ADHD is going crazy over this. But yeah, I'm very excited to see the results. And for those of you who might be wondering why I didn't do Kenma, when he is famously my favorite character, I will do Kenma. I will definitely do Kenma. But I started with Suna and Iwaizumi, because two of my senpais, their favorite characters are Suna and Iwaizumi, and they gave me like little haiku things. For example, one of them, she went to the premiere of like the haiku movie in Japan more than once, and they gave out like little gift things and like everything, and one of that was like a Kenma picture, and she just gave that to me, and I was like, hi. Sorry, darling, come here. Hi. And yeah, they gave me a little Kenma sticker, so I was like... And I want to make 2 little clay figures for them now. Hi! Oh, the chibis are so cute, thank you so much. Yeah, those are only the sketches. I wanted to get a feel for them before I made the plans for how I want to approach making the clay figures. And then we'll see if that works. And another thing... Please... Want to say hi to the chat? No, now she's silent. I would be offended if I were you guys. Hi. What is this about? Welcome. It's about whatever. We're talking about haiku, anime, birds. I love my birds. Yes. Aw, wait, let me see if Akari wants to join us. Maybe she's stressed when she's alone. Come here. Yes, she's a good girl. This is my baby. Yes, she is very loud, as you can hear. Yes, my other baby. Yes, what's going on, Charlie? Yes. She's not as good at flying yet, but she's trying her best. Careful. Yes, you want to hide? I adore them so much. So this is Hibiki, which is Japanese for echo, because budgies can mimic. And this is Akari, which is a Japanese name meaning light, because look at her. She is a Lutino budgie, which means it's a different kind of albinism, if that makes sense. Which is why she has red eyes and the yellow feathers. Yes. Ha ha ha. I have no idea where she's off to. I think she's trying to hide. Yes, what's going on? You don't want to be on the internet? That's fair. That's fair. Oh, yes, I adore them so much. They're cuter. She's so cute and talkative. I remember when you went. Oh yeah, okay, that's a different thing. Yes, yes, she is. She's my little baby. I have to get more millet to reward them. But no, there's barely anything on here anymore. Yes. I'm gonna get more millet in a second. Yes. Anyway, sorry. I missed probably so much in the chat. I'm very scatterbrained today. I haven't slept yet and all of that, but yes. Hi, how are you guys doing? Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention. Stop subscribing to me, okay? Okay? Because I know this might be a weird request, but I am planning a 40,000 subscriber special, but I'm not ready yet. Hi, darling. Oh, you did so well. Yes. I'm not ready yet with my 40,000 subscriber special, but we're getting really close. Which is an issue. So yeah. Hi, Lachelle. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I'm trying not to sit up too straight so that she doesn't fall down. Sorry, I've been playing a chat where a chat goes by so fast and where there's a huge timer so I go when there's a new combo. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Don't worry. I recognized it. They're so cute. I know, right? See my back. They love to play with my necklace. Don't worry, it is a safe metal. It's silver. They can't do any real damage to it, nor can it poison them, so it's all good. But yeah, they love to play with it. They're so cute. I know, right? These are my most precious little things. I adore them so much. I mean, I had to leave my dog behind in Germany, which was very sad. And I will video call my parents and they get to cuddle my dog in front of me and I'm like, that makes me so sad. I want to cuddle her too. But I'm very happy to. She's tickling me. Oh god. Okay. What are the names? This is Hibiki, Japanese for echo. And this is Akari, Japanese for light. Where did you get your birds? At a local pet shop. Yes, the owner was super nice. They explained everything to me that I needed to know and they gave me a little like baby plan for them. Until when I had to do what, and it's adorable. That's adorable. I adore them so much. Have I heard from Ray lately? Not too recently. We have chatted a few more times, but yeah, I will definitely probably. Sorry, she's tickling me so much. Check in with her again. An unexpected future. Oh, in an uncertain future. After he had his car accident in the hospital, why didn't his mom visit? I mean, Boka Kuroken only visited 2 weeks after the accident, so his mom probably visited before that. it just wasn't a part of the story yet. It mentioned obviously Natsu because she has time after school to go there, but obviously probably Hinata's mom is busy also working, so she can't visit as often. But she probably has just off screen because that wasn't relevant to the story in the sense that the main focus of that story is Bokaka Koroken. I might make a spin-off for Tsukiyama Kagehina. I have kind of started something like that on my Wattpad and AO3. However, I'm not quite satisfied with the direction I was going. I got really stuck on it, so to say. Anyway, for the storyline, we will always just focus on what's important for Bokaku Kuroken until or unless I make a spin-off. That's just how this works. Kenma's the main character, we're following Kenma. So when he engages with Hinata, we will get to know more about Hinata. And when he doesn't, then things can potentially happen off screen. That's just the nature of this story. How did you come up with the names? I just like the names. I thought it was very funny to name her Echo because Bajis can mimic. And I love the word echo, and in Japanese, hibiki, I like that word too. So yeah, her name is Hibiki. And Akari, look at her. If she doesn't remind you of like light and sun stuff, like I was almost tempted to name her Hina, but we have an alter in the system whose name is Hina, so that might have been. I don't want to say confusing but yeah, it just didn't feel right, if that makes sense. And if you didn't know, Hina is sun. I mean, just like Hinata. Yes, you're playing with the necklace. You like it? Anyway, sorry. Getting back to the chat. Very adorable indeed. I agree, Christian. They are so great. I love them so much. Sorry, I'm just catching up. We haven't been keeping up. Wait, I haven't been keeping up with the Answer in Future because I've been busy. Now I've been spoiled. Whoopsie. Don't worry, it's not too much of a spoiler. There's way more. Hina's a beautiful name. Thanks so much. Yes. You're getting breakfast soon. I mean, technically they have food in their cage all day around, but in the mornings I now like to give them vegetables because it's very healthy. Yes. I already ordered seeds for watercress because you can make sprouts out of them, and sprouts are very good. Watercress sprouts for veggies. Are you still doing reactions to My Hero Academia? Yes and no. Here's the thing. I want to. I definitely want to. Obviously, for obvious reasons, I have not been able to recently. I'm saying recently, it's been almost a year at this point, but I do want to go back into reactions. There are two things I'm more interested. Yes, hi. More interested in reacting to at the moment, which is continuing Hell of a Boss, because I really adore this series. And I want to react to Stories of the Sticks, or Stories from the Sticks. Sorry, Stories from the Sticks, which is Casper Fox's new musical EP, and I want to react to that so badly. As someone who's an Epic fan, I want to react to it so badly. And so I definitely want to go back into reaction content. However, again, I struggle with time and most importantly right now with setup. I need to organize a new ring light and something to hold my phone, which is my only camera, which will be a little bit expensive. So I have to wait a little bit more to get that. If you want to help contribute, feel free to donate or just watch my videos. That all helps a lot. But yeah. Hi Cece, welcome to the live stream. And Ferret, hi. It's been a while. How are you doing? I'm still waiting on certain future for Hinata. I really want to see what happened to him after the crash. As I said before, when it comes to an uncertain future, because I have so many people asking me what happened to Hinata, we addressed what happened to Hinata in the capacity that it will be addressed in that story. When, spoilers for everyone who hasn't seen season 2, which has been out for quite a while now, when Kenma, Bogoto, and Koro visit Hinata in the hospital and get to like talk with Tsukishima and everyone there. That is us talking about what happened to Hinata. Will there be ever a Tsukiyama Kagehina point of view for what happened after the crash? Maybe. Maybe. As I said, there's one on AO3 already, but I'm not quite happy with how it turned out. I do not plan right now to make a spin-off because I simply don't have the capacity for it. Like, stories like An Uncertain Future and the spin-off I would want to do or had to do around Hinata, those are huge projects. Like, that is not a one-shot I can just write and finish. That is a huge project, and with all the unfinished series I already have going on, I don't feel like adding another one, which I probably will anyways in the future, so but yeah. Oh, also, I have a question, because I've gotten this request under my last thoughts. Work with me here. Under the Sakatsu Iwaoi video. And ironically, this followed very shortly after getting a request on the request form that I was very intrigued by. And it's for the ship Sakuatsu Kagehina. Now, personally, I don't ship it. And it will never become a standard ship on my channel. But that the same goes for Sakuatsu Iwaoi. That's also not a standard ship on my channel, but I do occasionally make content for it because many people request and like it, and that's fair. I'm not opposed to it. There are some ships I will never write. You will never catch me with Ken Hina or Kurotsuki. I am so opposed to them. Anyway, that aside, would you be interested in a Sakuatsu Kagehina video? Specifically, I'm thinking Omegaverse. I know we had that a lot. I really like Omegaverse. I know it's controversial, but I really like it. Shouldn't be controversial, it's just good. Can you do more Asano Yoshi-ten? There are more in planning. There are definitely more in planning, and they will be included in all future challenges. Well, Polish ship challenges. I totally forgot you post an AO3. Oh yeah, I do. Love my AO3 posts. I'm happy to say that your stories help me with my mental health, so thank you so much. Oh. Victoria, I'm so happy to hear that. Literally, I want to make the world a little bit of a better place with my stories, which might sound silly with like just having my fanfiction content out there, but I think I can, in the very least, model what my idea of a healthy relationship is in stories. What I think good communication or good communication or reactions to certain mental illnesses and treatments is. Will it always be correct? No, but I process a lot of these things with my autism and depression and everything like that through my stories, and if they can help others, that's all I really can hope for. Give me 1 second, I need to check something from my moderators. Answer what? Answer what? What did I miss? Wait. Delilah, what did I miss? What about just Sakuatsu? Oh, I'm writing just Sakuatsu. We're talking just Polish ships here right now. It sounds fun and new. Perfect. Love that. Hi, Kita. Happy to see you here again. Sounds interesting. Delilah, what did I miss? What did I miss? Oh no. What is your favorite fanfiction you made? Oh, I can't decide. I made so many by now. I mean, we have over 600 videos now on this channel. Not all of them are long form content, but at least 400 are. Which, do you know how many fanfics that are? Okay, I know most people don't mean it literally when they say favorite thing. That's something I actually only learned recently. Thank the autism for that. Like, literally, when someone asks me, what is your favorite of anything, I'm trying to go through my whole life of every experience I ever had with that specific category and sort out my favorites. And oftentimes that's impossible, right? Like, if someone asks me what's my favorite movie, what's my favorite book, my brain will attempt to make a list of every movie I've ever watched, every book I've ever read, and then rank them, which is not possible in a short time frame. So I always was very confused by these questions until I learned that people don't necessarily mean literally your favorite out of all of them. They just mean, you know, what are you feeling right now? And if I go off of that, I'm very proud of the Sakuatsu Iwaoi video that came out just yesterday. I really like how it turned out, writing wise and also just the voice. I just feel like it all came together. I wouldn't say it's the favorite I've ever written, but I can't answer that question. Sakura Tsukage Hina sounds good and interesting. Thank you. I think, because that request, I mean, it is Omeya's, it is Emperor, but it did sound very intriguing. So, yeah. Not my favorite ship either, but I love the idea. That's great. Noted. You're not opposed to it, then I might try it in the future. I don't think you missed anything. Okay. Okay, that's weird. Delilah messaged me on Discord, but I don't know what about. Where are you from? I'm from Germany, living in Japan right now. Loving it here. It is so great. I probably shouldn't idolize it so much, but like, I really love it here. But then again, my situation is very specific. Hi, what's your bread and butter? Do you mean literally? Because I'm German, I can answer that. But like my favorite bread. And so it's, but I assume you don't mean literally. Please, I'm autistic, don't do this to me. What, they don't? No, they don't mean it literally. Because how could you do that? How could you ever answer the question, what's your favorite anything, if you meant it literally, in most categories? Like, there are some categories. Like, favorite color, that's more overseeable if we're talking broad categories. Like, I couldn't tell you my favorite color as precise as like, oh, this shade of yellow, or this wavelength, oh my god, wavelength. I couldn't that precise, but I could tell you in general terms, if we talk broad categories, my favorite color is yellow. As my bird, as so many things I own. I love the color yellow, and I love most shades of it. But any category that involves like plus 50 options, which like movies, books, they all do. And yes, I just read more than 50 books in my life. Then it becomes really Christian. No, I love the yellow super chat. Oh my god, this is so amazing. See, I get insanely happy every time I get a yellow super chat, because yellow is my favorite color. Hey Vicky, what are you complaining about? She just played with her toys and then just went crazy. I love my bird so much. No, but like, I know it's technically not the most valuable one, but every time I see... What? Every time I see a yellow... Maybe she's mad because Akari is yellow, well, she is mostly blue, and she thinks I'm picking favorites. Wouldn't put it past her. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will go quickly check on my bird, because she seems to be upset. What is it, baby? What is it? Are you doing okay? What do you need? Oh my god. You want to come with me? Yes, you're right in the middle. Let me put some in my pocket. Even though you will spread the shells everywhere. Yes. I'm trying to stand up, dun dun. Oh my god, Kira! Thank you so much! I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good day too. Thank you so much. Here? Yes, I thank you for this yellow super chat. I really, really appreciate it. As I said, it's just, they make me insanely happy. Good girl. Akari, good girl. Look at you. Now it's Hibiki who's hiding behind my back. Yes. Your birds look gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah, I adore them so much. They are my absolute most precious. I don't want to say possessions. You know what I mean? Like, I know under the law, pets are seen as possessions. And now Hibiki is playing with my necklace. But what I'm trying to say is, like, they're the most valuable thing, but there are things. The most valuable existence in this... Are you trying to choke me? She's really upset with me. Look at this. First screaming at me and now attempted murder. They're the most valuable thing in this area. There. Despite that. She doesn't like yellow though. She thinks I'm preferring Akadi when I say I like yellow. I think that's my theory now. It's the afternoon for me. Oh my god, it's just getting morning for me. But hey, look at this. We're starting to get daylight. And no, I haven't slept yet. Thank you. I also didn't know that either way, which is why I always answered. Didn't know it. My favorite of whatever I asked, so thank you. Yeah. 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 Yes. You also want some? See, I'm not playing favorites. Yes. How? They're funny. Yes, I adore them so much. Farron! Thank you so much. I also love orange. Go to sleep. I'm not tired. I know, look, I really appreciate that so many of you are telling me this, and because this community looks out for each other. And if any of you were to tell me, hey, I'm still awake at 5 a.m., but I'm tired, I would also be like, go to sleep, absolutely. But that's my issue. I'm not doing this by choice. I need you to understand this. I need you to really, really understand this. I'm not doing this by any kind of choice, staying awake so long. I was in bed. Admittedly, today I was a little bit late because I got hyper-focused on these. But like, I was in bed around midnight. I tried to sleep. It didn't work. Before this day, from the, what day do we have? 24th. From the 20th to the 23rd, I was almost straight up the whole time awake. Not by choice. Every day, I went to bed at the latest was 10 p.m. and I couldn't sleep. Thank you so much. Thank you. Part of that, I think, has to do with the change in my medication. I don't know what it is exactly. And part of it is that I have had sleep issues my entire life. And nobody ever bothered to really look into it. There are many factors in my case that play into it. I have ADHD. You be blessed. 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 The thing with ADHD and sleep is when you have ADHD, you're also more likely to have sleep disorders, and the brain struggles to calm down. I have autism. Autism, there has been a study released which showed that people with autism tended to have sometimes even less than half of the normal amount of melatonin. That, however, should be fixable with a melatonin supplement. It didn't work for me. I also have, I struggle with, I have the hypermobility and everything, and there's a suspicion it might be Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which often comes with dysregulations of my central nervous system, which would make sense because I also struggle a lot with temperature dysregulations, and it has a high comorbidity with autism. That part isn't confirmed yet, but that is something that can influence sleep and is way harder to address. I'm not sure yet what the issue is because, again, nobody really bothered to look into it. Which is, I have so many stories about the medical system, and it really fucked me over in a lot of places. But my point being is, I completely understand your worry, and I really appreciate that you want me to go to sleep and take care of myself. What I'm trying to say is I am taking care of myself to the best of my abilities, and sadly, it's not a choice for me to sleep. I can't. And that is torture sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I was so happy. I almost cried yesterday that I could sleep. And I didn't sleep a lot. It was here for the premiere. It was 5 a.m. and I was here. But I cried because I could sleep and I got more than 4 hours of sleep. And today, I couldn't. Not a single hour, no matter how much I tried. And I am right now, I'm feeling awake. I felt awake the whole time. I don't know why. So today, it doesn't suck as much. But if this continues, as it did the 3 days before, where tomorrow I also can't sleep, it's gonna get harder. And when that day I also can't sleep, we're getting, you know that moment when you're so tired and you just want to sleep and you can't, and your whole body feels wired and you feel all your sensory issues, because that's what I'm experiencing then. And it is legitimately something that has vastly contributed to certain risks applying to me that I don't want to say because trigger warnings. And I'd be so glad if someone had a solution for that. But yeah, that is all to say, I really appreciate your concern. It's not by choice. Okay. Hey, wonderful person. Hi, Dan. Oh my god, thank you so much. Welcome back. It's been a while. Did you drink enough water today? I did. I have 2 empty water bottles right around me to prove it. See? Did drink water. Yes, darling. If you sit so much on my lower back, I can straighten my back. I have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I can spell. Yeah, that's fair. That can cause sleep issues and digestive issues, and I'm currently dealing with it. Yeah, that's the thing. Why I was like, okay, that kind of sounds suspicious, because for me it's like, obviously it's a heritable condition. My mom has even more symptoms than I do. So it's like the hypermobility, the digestive issues. Also, I have like a narrow and crowded jaw, which is apparently also a symptom. I was like, now we get, like, the list was getting on, and I was like, oh, maybe that's something I should get checked out. But again, don't really have the option right now. And yeah, the sleep issues just add to that. Okay. Can you show us the little designs on your shirt? I'm curious what it is. Oh yeah, it says cute as hell at the bottom, and then it's a pentagram with like a goat. I think it just looks so adorable. And I mean, you guys know I'm a Satanist, so it fits me perfectly. My lord, you need to get more sleep. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I want to. I want to get more sleep desperately, believe me. Hi Nerdy. Me and my sister are planning to go to Japan to college. Do you have any advice, or like their pros and cons? Sorry. Oh, God. Okay, let me think. Do I have advice? I'm not sure. I love it here. I love going to college here. But again, I know that I'm not the average or normal person or representative of that. The living costs compared to Germany are lower. Like the fact that I can rent an apartment in the middle of Sapporo, which is a huge city, and it only cost me 300 euros a month. I did not believe it when I saw it, but yeah, I am super happy with being here. One con definitely is that people here just don't speak English. In Tokyo, they might, and maybe even Osaka, but anywhere else in Japan, they just don't really speak English. I managed actually to get a hairstyle appointment today. I'm gonna show you the result after that. And it was like there was ChatGPT for translate, because I find that ChatGPT's translation are more accurate than Google Translate. But yeah, so you have to learn Japanese. I'm learning Japanese. I mean, that's part of the reason I came here. So it's not necessarily a con, but it's something you definitely want to be prepared for. And Japan has a lot of bureaucracy, and you have to get used to really separating your trash. That is definitely something. I mean, in Germany you already do that a lot, so for me it wasn't really an adjustment. We need another Bokakuroken Kenma angst. Ooh. I actually working on a lot of Bokakuroken right now. However, one is Akashi angst. The other is also Akashi angst. And I have 3 Akashi angst lined up. Are you prepared for Akashi angst? Can we compromise on that? How long are you going to be live? I don't know yet. I'm gonna do it how much I feel like it, how much you feel like it, because my live streams live from interactions. So as long as you are here, wanting to talk with me or having questions, that's for as long I will probably be live. I mean, obviously, at some point I have to go to my appointment and I have to take care of the birds, but I can take off I think I can take care of the birds and still be live, just when I have to go to my appointment. But that's in hours. Again, it's only 6 a.m. here. That means summer, that means sun. So sure is literally means summer sun. I know, right? Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. I have written a lot of Kenma hashtags, so I think now it's Akashi's time. But don't worry, I will get back to the Kenma herd. I always do. My bird's trying to choke me again. I love her so much. Often see Mia twins fluff, but I would love to see some Komori and Sakusa angst of love video. Yeah, no, I can see the appeal. I see the vision. I mean, I also gravitate towards the Mia twins because there's just so much, and also I relate to Atsumu a lot, so he's an easy character to project on and just do my thing with. Oh, by the way, I already asked this to my channel members, but let me ask you. Are we guys ready? Look at her. She's really trying to choke me. Are we guys ready for the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline for the Polish ships? Are we? Do you watch Formula 1? No, I do not. I'm sorry. I know nothing about that. What are you getting done with your hair? Let it be a surprise. But I'm saying so much, it will all get bleached again. I'm not telling you what color I will put on top of it yet. But I'll allegedly say. No, I'm not prepared for Akashi Inks. Well, whoops! I'm writing it. Ooh, Akashi Inks, I can't wait for this. I love the dichotomy in reactions. Like one person's like, oh no, I'm not prepared for Akashi Inks. The other's like, Akashi Inks? You guys are the best. This is why I love this community so much. I'm happy to see you doing amazing. Aw, thanks so much. I'm not prepared. When's your appointment? It's at 10. We have like at least 4 more hours. Yes, oh my god. I mean, I gotta be honest. Are you sure about it? I wrote 7 chapters for the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline, which I didn't plan to. Now they're both trying to choke me. I adore them. Do you really have a good relationship with your pet if your pet doesn't try to kill you? Every cat owner ever. Anyway, where was I saying? Yes, okay, so I wrote like 7 chapters for the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline for the Polish ships, which was not planned. I actually intended to drag it out over like multiple challenges, as How to Smoke always does, and I'm not good at that. Consistent storylines have never been my strong suit. And oof, it got dark. I knew that I wanted to make it dark, but now I'm like, oh, does this fit on YouTube? Like, and the thing is, okay, obviously the In My Shadow series was dark, especially the alternative ending. But that was abstract dark, you know? Like, that's something that doesn't really happen in real life. Like, obviously there are cases, but like, it's so much rarer, it's very abstract, it's like you're watching a thriller. Well, the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline is something that can very easily hit very close to home. And it's not rare, sadly. It's very realistic. So, be warned, if you're saying we're ready to get into it, then I will be starting that storyline soon. But be warned. Genuinely. Okay, I just want to know when to tell you to cut off the live and go to your appointment. Ferret, don't worry, but thank you so much. I have an eye on it. I'm very excited for it. And yeah, the hair salon is actually right around the corner. And it's so wild to me because, okay, you see, I have like, and like over this whole city, there are so many hairstylist places. Like in my close proximity, 4 alone, 2 of which on top of each other. Where do they get the customer base for that? But okay, I'm not gonna question it. Like, we also have, like, in Japan, there's combinis everywhere. And that honestly makes sense because, I mean, combinis are just so convenient. They're amazing. And it doesn't even matter that there are so many. It's just, like, I can see that making sense. But hairstylists? How many times do you guys go to a hairstylist? Because this is my first time in 6 months. Am I the weird one? Could you possibly do a Sakatsu Iwa flap with a trans Aikawa and they found out after a binder accident? Thing is, flap trans Aikawa, yes, but the thing is, the Polish ships are often post-time skip. And there isn't really, like, I can't imagine Iwaizumi not knowing. Like, I could make a story where Sakusa and Atsumu find out about Aikawa being trans and not knowing that. Maybe either shortly before they get together, and then that sparks part of the discussion, or shortly after, because I do feel like it should be made clear in the before or at the very beginning of a relationship. But yeah, again, I cannot imagine a scenario where Iwaizumi wouldn't know. That's kind of, yes. No, not anymore. Why would you ask in that tone? Gil, you never answered my question when I asked what type of bread do you think would be you if you were bread. I honestly struggle a lot with these questions. Let me think. What kind of bread would I be? Based on which criteria? Oh my god. You're forcing me to make something abstract that is not at all abstract. What kind of bread would I be? I think... Can you make bread from that? Look, I'm looking for something, a grain or something, that if you eat too much, it will poison you. And now hear me out. It's because, okay, look, my body is riddled with illness and disability. If I were bread, it might be one that looks appetizing at first, but if you eat too much of it, you're not gonna feel well. I think that would make sense. Please don't ask me to what kind of bread my personality would be, because first of all, I have multiple of those, and second of all, that is too abstract even for my case. Can we get some Asahi Nishinoya fluff or her comfort? Sure. I'm not sure when, because I have a lot on my plate right now, already in like terms of project, and because I'm currently struggling in some areas, like just with organization, everything. That's times where I just tend to gravitate to write whatever I feel like writing at the moment. And Asanoya is sadly not one of that about right now. Can you make a Kama Eng story about abuse? There is one. Under the surface is kind of about abuse, in the sense that it deals with implied past abuse and the consequences of that. However, also with dissociation and amnesia, so maybe you would have to clarify a little bit more for me to get a real idea of what you mean. I've always been prepared for angst. Me too. Love a good angst story, but only if it has a happy ending. I do not take unhappy endings or hurt no comfort. Yes, do that, Iwanos, but the others don't. Okay, noted. Yeah, like Iwanos, but not Sakusatsu about the Aqua being trans. Yeah, I can do that. I can make a story about that, sure. I'm actually also, I want to make Tsukiyama Kagehina, like, because we already have a trans Hinata storyline, right? I want to make one where, you know, you have MSBY, because now we're post-time skip, and like a reporter says something. You would be the sweetest bread. Aww. Thank you so much. Oh my god. That's so sweet. Thank you. And thank you so much for your donation, Christian. And again, like, yellow chat. Sorry. I get very excited about the yellow chats. Where was I? Right. So I want to make a story about like where we have MSBY and like maybe post-game or something like that. And a reporter says something transphobic, right? And MSBY just, you know, dead silence, and like, because let's face it, all of MSBY is on the Hinata protection squad, and they know, right? And obviously Hinata gets a bit upset by that, and then his boyfriends comfort him, and I think it would just make for like a very fluffy story in the end. I wasn't doing hair since I was little. Ooh. How do you cut your hair? Like yourself? That's impressive. That's a skill I wish I had, but no, I leave it in the hands of professionals. I think it would be a great idea for Sakatsu Y. Alright, noted. Let me... My idea book is over there, and I don't want to move. I'm gonna put it down on here. Nice birdie. Cute birds. I know, like, I love these birds so much. Alright. Okay, so should it be before they get together, like that they're about to get together, or shortly after they got together? Just taking some quick notes. Is the Atsume X going to continue the thing it's called Hidden Chasm? Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes! You picked up on it. I love it. And yes, so okay. Timeline-wise, we're talking first Hidden Chasms. Then the whole, the bottoms get beat up Inarizaki storyline. Because in that storyline, Kira notices that Atsumu is acting off in a situation where he didn't expect it to. Yes. And also at the very end, we get like hints at Sakuratsu and Kira being established. Like just Sakusa having a gay panic over Kira and Eren, which is so valid. And then, I mean, technically something obviously happened in between that about them getting together. I'm very bad about writing Polish ships get together, so they don't really exist on my channel yet. I want to in the future, but like, yeah. And then the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline is going to happen after Injured Foxes. Injured Foxes is still what comes in between. I didn't originally knew whether I wanted to make Injured Foxes actually part of the main storyline because it would be happening so much to Atsumu. But yeah, you know what? I decided it fits in. And once you see the third part, which again will come out soon, it'll make sense. So yeah, it is Hidden Chasms, Bonds Get Beat Up, Inazusaki Edition, Injured Foxes, and then we get the Atsumu's ex-boyfriend storyline, which is going to called Toxic Touch. Love the idea. Yay. I cut my own hair and let my mom correct it if necessary. That's so impressive. That's such an impressive skill. Good on you. Saves a lot of money. How was your day? I mean, my day is just starting. It is, in fact, 6 a.m. here. But I would say these first couple of hours have been really great. I got to interact with all of you again, which I'm so happy about. And yeah, we already also got some donations, which I really genuinely appreciate. It goes all towards paying my college tuition, which, yeah, I failed to get the scholarship this year. Whoopsie. But yeah. Before they get together. Alright, got it. God, my handwriting when I write in like cursive gets even messier when I don't have like a solid surface because this is, like look, it's totally legible, right? Oh my god. I just realized I never got an answer on how NerdyNekoma got together. Yeah, let me actually think about it because there is a placement for that. Yes, I remember. They were already mentioned in Hidden Chasms, and I know that it happened before that. And I have actually been considering like writing a confession storyline for them, but again, I'm so bad at these when it comes to Polish ships. Sadly, I only have confusion, not curly, not straight, not yeah. I understand that. Like, I think mine is considered wavy, but I'm not sure because I did have curls when I was younger, and I think if I might use the right products, I know that you can train your hair. It might be a little bit curlier again. My bird is eating my hair, but honestly, I'm just not good with like skincare or hair routines. So we'll see. Okay, I thought so because I loved Hidden Chasms. It was amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was a bit surprised because usually Sakuratsu stories do really well on my channel, and I appreciate that. I love Sakuratsu so much. It's like literally one of my favorite non-Polish ships. But that one kind of fell under the radar, which I'm not upset about. It's gonna happen from time to time. I was just surprised. It wasn't what I expected. Fair, my hair is bipolar. It will go through super straight anywhere to curly at any given time. I mean, yeah, not quite how the analogy, but I love it. It's yeah. Hi, Osami! Welcome! Wanna come back here? No. Hibiki really likes to stand on my phone or on my iPad, just on the upper edge of it. I don't know why. And she also likes to try to eat my phone or iPad case. Anyway, speaking about hair care, I need to shower, so I would just be before bed to do that. Alright, gotcha. Noted. See you later. My hair like weather changes every 2 minutes. Oh my god. I see we're all part of the chaotic hair club. Yeah, I'm very curious how mine will turn out today. Especially because, like, this salon looked really, really nice and really professional. But you know, not that I have any doubts. Not particularly. Like, I showed him the photo. I was like, hey, is this possible? Because the last time I just booked an appointment, and then turned out that was not something that Salon could do, that they didn't specialize in that, right? And I want to get my hair colored, like with bleaching, because we want to go lighter than this. Cut, and if it's recommended, get a treatment. And I asked, hey, ikura desu ka? So how much will that cost? And he said, yeah, shouldn't be more than 10,000 yen. For your information, 10,000 yen is not even 100 euros. Now, I'm not saying spending 100 euros, like that is definitely splurging a bit. Like that is, I don't know how much you guys pay for your hair, but I really like to, you know, color my hair, dye it, everything. And that often costs a little bit more. So I was really surprised when I heard that it was not supposed to even cost 100 euros. I was like, oh. So I'm a bit nervous, but the good thing is, I have shaved my head off before, and I like a buzz cut. So if all goes wrong, I can always do that. Hair routine 10 out of 10, skincare routine 0 out of 10. I feel that. Though I don't have a haircut routine either. I just, I'm going so far, I'm using shampoo and conditioner. And I think that's like the minimum requirement. Sakuts is amazing, that's why I love Hidden Chasms. Aw, I'm so happy to hear that. I love that ship so much. I got naturally super curly hair, but my sisters and brothers have straight hair. Well, that's funny. Yes, you're the special one. Can you stop trying to eat my case? See, this is what I mean. She's a sassy little bird, but I love her so much. Oh yeah, thanks Jared for translating that into US currency. I only know euros. Yes. Yes. What do you want? Sorry. I'm a bit distracted. I will pay around $400 for my hair. Okay. Okay, yeah, that is expensive. That is definitely expensive. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you so much for the As Dark as Ink. I was waiting for it. I love you. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I really hope you enjoyed that second part. I didn't I felt a little bit, not like I was slacking off on it, but like I was a bit trapped in my writing there, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't quite feel like the ending was worth it, if that makes sense. Like, that it was, no, not worth it, that it met the standard I tried to set, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't thought it was good enough, but I really hope you guys liked it. I tried my best. I don't know why, but I got stuck on that series towards the end. I don't remember if you ever did a confession series or not, but you should make a confession series, Alex. I just got it done telling you how bad I am at writing confessions and get-togethers with polyships, and you're like, huh, I don't know if you've ever mentioned it, but you know what you should do? That thing you're really bad at. Don't call me out like that. It makes me sad. No, I'm kidding, but I'll do it eventually. I want to do it. As well as, like, you know, proposals and everything. It's not my strength. And so I tend to do that when I'm in a really good place for a long time. Which I'm not right now, but yeah. I'm back. Hi, and hi V. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. To be honest, I don't even know what type of hair I have anymore. That's fair. That is so valid. I have to leave because I have homework and major exams. Wait, me unfortunately. Bye. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for being here, and good luck with your good luck with your exams and homework. I know they can be really stressful. Yeah, my semester break is coming to an end, and while I am really excited, genuinely, my biology classes sound amazing. I'm also terrified, just like a tiny bit, because lab reports. Yay! What's the time now? It is 6:15 a.m. Oh yeah, hair ties always go missing. I lost so many hair ties. Again, Hibiki, stop eating the case. It's not edible. You will get an upset stomach. Yes. You can try. We wouldn't mind if it's not as good as the other series pie. I know, right? But okay. This community is so forgiving and so kind, and I love that. But the thing is, when it comes to big things like confessions, I want to get them right. And on top of that, it's also not as fun writing something that you're not good at. Like, obviously, I want to challenge myself, and I try with certain scenarios, learning about new things, like different trauma responses, or the way I had to learn about seizures to write. Oh yeah, I have a Kuro story coming up. I guess that's spoilers who has the seizure. But aside from that, well, fuck, I caught again, yay! I like to challenge myself and learn more for my stories, do my research. I just confessions are. What's going on? Okay. Should I just ignore Akari then? And just give all my attention to you, who eats my case? I love you, but you're a little brat. Shush, cute, don't love yourself, but besides, I believe in you. You guys are too sweet. We're going here at hers. I would love to know that. I know, right? Like, that might be the one conspiracy I will eventually buy into. The government is secretly stealing our hair ties, and I wouldn't know why, but that's the one I might buy into. You make up the rest. We're making up a new conspiracy here. I was like 7th grade when I started watching your stories. Oh my god, it's been so long. I mean, obviously I don't know which grade you are, but like, yeah, I just realized that. But like the way you said it, it's like, and it made me realize that the channel, like, I've been doing this. We've been doing this for almost 4 years. Oh my god. Yeah, see, that's the realization that just kicked in. It was a horrible time for me, and your stories helped me through that time. I love you so much for that, and I didn't. I also, oh god, thank you so much. God, you're gonna make me cry in a good way, Oh god, but yeah, that means a lot to me. My dog is mad at me now because I stopped petting him. Kita! I would never have thought that you, out of all people, would commit such a heinous crime. I'm shocked. Genuinely. Very shocked. Oh my lord, hair is so real. If you're not holding them, they just disappear into the void forever and be lost. I know, right? By the way, Hannah, I got the job I was telling you about. Sabi, that's amazing! Oh my god, congratulations! That is so amazing. You know BTS? Oh yeah, I do. I listen to their songs occasionally. Not my favorite, but I do like it. Wait. Konnichiwa! Ohayo gozaimasu! All government steals them to create a weapon. Oh, yeah, that's a good conspiracy. The government steals the hair tie for a weapon. Hi, y'all. No one's told you today you are valued, loved, and your life has purpose. Aw. That's so sweet, Chloe. Thank you so much. Same goes for you. And I really appreciate you spreading a positive message. That is amazing. God, people who do that are just like, they like my world and my heart so much. Hi, Daddy. Gives me hope back. Alright, what did I miss? Kyo, do you take requests? Yes, I have a whole request form, and I just recently made a post about the most recent requests I've gotten through that form, and pointed out which ones I was really interested in. So yeah, check that out. A link is in the channel descriptions and under most video descriptions. Where are you from? I'm from Germany, living in Japan, and in love with you. Hello Hannah, how are you? I'm doing good. I haven't slept yet, which is, that part is not going so great, but overall I'm doing great. I need to drink something in a second. I'll get to that. My cat bites me when I stop petting him, or he bites me when I pet him. Like, he needs to choose a side. I mean, that's just cats for you. But we still love them. Like, cats are one of the pets that make me think, are humans actually masochists? I said before, I'll say again, Hannah, you're an idol inspiration for a lot of people. Ha, look. I appreciate that so much. But I can't wrap my head around that. Like, the concept of, like, people potentially looking up to me or, like, being a fan of my work, that doesn't really register in my head. I don't understand that part. So, yes. Yes. Kyo, I have an idea. Do you have a request form or something else? Yes, as I said, channel description or most video descriptions. That's where you can find it. How old is the yellow bird? This sweetie is 2 months old. Yes, 2 months. She's still a baby. Oh my god, you answered the question already. Yeah. Are you living with family in Japan? No, I live alone. With my birds, which are very protective and will bite anyone who dares to come close to me. Just covering my bases. Oh yeah, please stick to English in the chat, just so that we can make sure everything is safe and that we can moderate it. I need to go to bed at 11. Oh yeah, please, by all means, get rest, sleep well, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I want to do stories, but uploading all the profile pictures for Chatty, it takes so much time. I know, but the good part about Chatty is that it keeps your library, right? So once you've uploaded it for the character once, you don't need to do it again. Like, I just stick to the same ones all throughout, even in stories where I might want to adjust. And I stick to the official ones for the anime, you know, just not to steal any art. For my thumbnails, I try to always credit the artists in the video description, and I do not use pictures that say do not repost or anything like that, for example. And yeah, so your library will build up over time, so it's a lot of work at the beginning, but after a while you already have all the profile pictures. That's a good part about Chatty. We love you, Kyo. You were there when I was going through a hard time. Stories helped distract me when I was having a lot of panic attacks, so thank you. Oh no. Thank you. That means so much to me. God. Well, I just got super lightheaded and zoned out where I was laying down watching the live. Maybe you should also sleep or drink water or electrolytes. Salt. Have you tried salt? Hi from Chicago, yes. Hi, greetings from Japan. Sapporo. Ha. It's right here. That doesn't register in my head what the bird is on their head. Yeah, see? My bird is stealing my thoughts. That's my new theory about that. Yes. Also, she is not a fan of me. Neither is that bird. She is clingy, but also a little brat. So, I know. Yes, are you? You are. But you're cute little brat, so I forgive you. Bye, Kia. Try sleep. Yes, you too. And, well, for me it's a bit too late now, I'm afraid. This is daylight. We're having actual daylight. Shocking that it would ever come to that on this channel. Yes. You want to get your veggies? You haven't been good at eating your veggies the past mornings. Very protective at 2 months old. I can tell the bluebird is very feisty. She is, but she's so lovable. And she's so cuddly. Like, sometimes she wants so many head scratches, and I just adore her for it. Yes, hi! Such a good bird. You don't want head scratches right now, I can see that. I know. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm going, I have to do assignments, so yeah, good luck with them. Can they talk yet? No, they cannot talk yet. But again, 2 months old, and you are now approaching your 3 months, right? So they're both still very, very young. and I adore them so much. Akari has just learned to fly, and I'm so proud of her. She's still not very good at it, and she bumps her head a bit, but overall, she's doing great, and I adore her so much. Wait, did you get into that Japanese Oni? Yes! Yes, I did! Yes, I did! I'm studying in Japan. This doesn't feel real to me yet, and I have been here for 6 months. But it doesn't feel real. And I'm starting my second semester. I already finished and passed my first semester, and it still does not feel real. What music do you like? Oh, I listen to a mix of almost everything. It's very mood dependent and phase dependent. I don't even know how to describe some of the things I'm listening to. The last Spotify rap I had where they told you what genres you listen to, it told me that I listened to 83 genres. I didn't even know that many existed. And from the top genres that I listened to most, the only one I recognized was pop. The others I've never heard of, but apparently they're my favorite. I'm very curious to see the Spotify rap again this year, and hope they tell me my genres again, because that's something I'm actually interested in. Oh my god, I forgot to drink water, and I forgot that I need salt. Yeah, let me be your friendly reminder. Please drink water. And while not eating an excessive amount, you do need sodium. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to nationals. Me and my Bollywood team are going to nationals. Oh my god, that's so amazing. Hold on. My autistic stims might freak out the birds occasionally, a little bit. But considering she comes still back to me, I take that as it's not that bad. Yes, hi. Good morning. Good morning. Salt, you have you tried salt? God. You know, sometimes I love it when you quote me. Other times I explicitly tell you not to and then you do it. So, yeah, this community will betray me as often as they are nice to me. I feel it would be so fun to make stories. I want to do it so bad, but I do it on my phone. I have like 1,000 things unsupported. What? I don't understand the last part of the message, but I also write all of my stories on my phone. My mom doesn't know how to do it. To your information, my mom is an author, like published author of like a dozen books. And when I tell her, yeah, I write all my stories on my phone, and she sits there with her laptop, and like, how? And I'm like, fanfiction. Hannah, you should come and join Lounge NerdyNeko's. I mean, obviously I'm doing a live stream right now, but I am occasionally in the voice chat on our Discord server, so yeah. These voices are cute, I know, right? I know, right? They're the best. What are you chewing on? I adore them so much. You don't want to be nice to me this morning. I'm sad. Yes, but you're so adorable. She's so adorable. Sorry, I get distracted by my braids. Sleep, water, electrolytes, salt. What's that? Never heard of that. Oh my god, yeah. I have had all of them today at some point though. Good. Well, except salt. My doctor advised me not to have salt to do a future operation. Okay. I mean, if your doctor advised you, then yeah, obviously that makes sense. Like for me, it became painfully obvious because my medications lower my blood pressure. And previously, I took 4 milligrams of guanfacine, which lowers your blood pressure, while also taking SSRIs, which lowers your blood pressure. So for a month straight, I struggled to get anything done because every time I stand up, my vision was momentarily gone, my hearing was momentarily gone, and I was like, okay, let's sit down back again. I think I understand a little bit better now how people with POTS feel. I feel very sorry for you guys. Now that guanfacine is lowered to 2 milligrams again, my body is slowly adjusting again, and I don't struggle as much with it anymore, except for sometimes. But that really taught me, drink your electrolytes. I drink like electrolyte water, and eat your salt. That was what I learned from that. Would you say the stereotype that Japanese Asian schools are harder than the ones in Europe or the US? I don't know. First of all, you have to consider that I'm taking international classes with mostly other international students and international tutors. So I wouldn't say my college experience is reflective of the overall Japanese college experience or Japanese high school. I and also I didn't study, like I did study some college classes in Germany as a junior study program, but I didn't study college. If I don't really feel like I can compare it because I didn't have the full college experience in Germany, and obviously here I'm going to college, not high school, so there's nothing really comparable about that. Like my first semester was brutal, and I think it was definitely more brutal than other first semesters, simply because the way this specific program is structured. We had to all catch up. Like essentially, usually in Japan, you start the year in April. Our program started in September, so they put all the lecture stuff of 2 semesters in one semester, and you cannot redo these courses. Like when I, for example, when I talked to my friend currently studying biology in Germany, um, she was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna move my chemistry exam and do it next year instead of this year because 5 exams of this magnitude are just too much for me." And I was sitting there, and I had 20 exams, and I couldn't move a single one of them, 10 of which I had in 1 week, and so I was like, Plus, every day my classes went till 6 p.m. without fail. And so, well, I can't speak for the overall like college difficulty in Europe versus in Asia, or even directly compare it. I can definitely say, because of the specific program that I'm in and the way it was structured, my first semester was so fucking brutal. And I mean, to some degree, that makes sense because it's an international program. You take people from like very different places all over the world that have like very different educational systems and standards, and you have to just basically get them all up to speed in 6 months. It was crazy. And it was also the reason where like my senpais were like, yeah, first semester is really brutal, it'll only get better after that. And that's what I'm counting on. Because I'll be honest with you, if I didn't know that it would get better after my first semester, I might have to like find a different program. I couldn't do that for 4 years. That would wreck me. I couldn't do that. I managed to power through. I managed to pass all my classes except for one. Could not do that for 4 years. Out of the picture. Back in high school, my extra class teacher had a parrot, and she would play Hello by Adele all the time, so the birdies got used to it and would sing hello every time we arrived in class. Aww, that's so amazing! Cardi is staring into my soul. Yeah, she's good at that. Wait till you see how close she has red eyes. I can see how that's exhausting. Oh god, yeah. There were definitely times I was not doing well mentally, and then I did things I don't want to say not proud of, it's just, I was, you know, when I just, how do I say this? I was not doing okay for a while there. Especially during exam times, and especially during very, very stressful times, I definitely reached to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Yes. Just trying, how are you, girl? Much better now. Are 10 exams a week even legal? They are in Japan. Oh yeah. I had 4 of them in one day. Every single class I had that day was an exam. You can see how that was stressful. 2 of which were presentations. One of the presentations was entirely in Japanese. I cannot speak Japanese yet. It was fun. What are some of the culture shocks you've experienced when first doing German? I didn't experience culture shock. Like, okay, that's just to say, wait, let me, just so that you understand. Like, I experienced culture shock in the sense they don't have bread here. And for a German person who, like, for us, that's a basic food you get everywhere. That was very startling. Extremely startling. But like, and I think that's what a lot of people understand under like culture shock, but okay, but what I wanted to say. Culture shock is the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone when they suddenly are subject to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set attitudes. And more precisely, and on the more precisely on the Hokkaido University website, they describe it as cultural differences become more obvious, what previously seemed exciting is now frustrating. Mental fatigue may result from constantly trying to comprehend the new culture and language. Insignificant difficulties may get blown out of proportion and become major catastrophes. Frustration and sometimes a loss of self-confidence may result. You may feel isolated and become more withdrawn. You may also seek security in familiar people and food. But also, wait here. Um, Where is it? Not that one. Where is the thing I'm searching? I'm searching for this very, the article. They. There we go. Exactly. So culture shock typically comes with like honeymoon phase, rejection phase, adjustment phase, acceptance phase. And I just feel like I've never left the honeymoon phase. And I think part of that is because how they described here, as culture differences become obvious. Yeah, exactly. I just read this out. And common problems for people of cultural adjustments. It said that the negative reactions to culture shock most often happen between 2 to 6 months of living in a new culture. In reality, however, there may be individual differences in the duration and intensity of culture shock. Here are some of the most common problems associated with culture adjustment: depression, overwhelming stress and anxiety, loss of sense of loss and identity crisis, interpersonal problems due to cultural differences. And the way essentially it's often described is like most people experience some form of culture shock when going abroad and experiencing different food, customs, languages, and people. Culture shock is triggered by anxiety resulting from losing familiar environments, social context, and it's a lot about not feeling like you belong and like not knowing where you belong as you adjust to this new culture. And here's the thing: some of these descriptions I read and I was like, I felt like this my entire life. I always have anxiety when going out with people and worry about miscommunication because I'm autistic and I communicate differently from most people, and it often comes to misunderstandings even if they are completely unintentional. I always feel like I belong nowhere. I didn't even feel like I belonged in my own home. And that's the thing. I never had this feeling of belonging. Culture shock is how I felt my entire life. I didn't understand the culture around me. I didn't understand the people around me. I didn't have this kind of network ever. And that's the thing. I also never felt homesick. And I mean, you can take that as a positive. I certainly do now that I am here. And I will probably never feel homesick because I never felt like I belonged anywhere as a home. And to many of you, that might sound really sad, but that's just my reality. I don't know what that feels like. Of course, my apartment now is like sort of my home. It's my space. My old room was my space. But so many other things that for people, most people belong to having a home, the friends and family around it, are just not really that much of a factor for me, as much as I want them to be. Like, not feeling like you belong and like you feel isolated all the time is not a happy existence. It just isn't. I'm completely honest about that. And I take a lot of solace into this online community, into my stories and everything like that. But that's, I think, why culture shock isn't really a thing for me. I don't get homesick. I don't feel like I belong. And so coming here, yes, there are a lot of new experiences, and new experiences sometimes give me a little bit more anxiety, but this feeling of not belonging, of being isolated, is nothing new to me. That's my standard. That's my baseline. And so I only really see the positive things. The only thing that has annoyed me in that sense is that I struggle to find proper bread. That I can't get Frühlingsquark. That it's hard to find sour cream. Like, those are just autistic things where I have certain comfort foods that are harder to come by now. But everything else is like, yeah, this is familiar. This is the same feeling. And on the plus side, that means I only get to see the positives. Like, I'm so excited about every new thing. I'm so excited about the things that are easier here to get, that are more convenient. And that's overall, I think, what also, like, is it for me. Like, when I weigh the pros and cons for Germany and Japan, Japan has more pros for me than Germany does. So I want to stay here. And on the one hand, it's nice that I can just do that. That I don't have to think about most other things around that it's not hurtful for me to separate from certain things, like my home. But on the other, it does hurt me still every day that I'm as isolated as I am. And that I can change that. But it's okay. That's just my life. That's just how it is for me. It's never been different. Yes, so yeah, my birds are called Hibiki and Akari. You're just calling me out with comparing, with not feeling at home wherever I am. Yeah, I guess for some of us, it's like that. Oh, that kind of sad. It is. It is. I don't like every part of it. It has its perks. I wouldn't want to be someone different. I'm happy with who I am. It took me a while to get there. But yeah, parts of it are hard. The isolation is hard. The not feeling like you belong or like you can ever be safe around people, that is hard. And I don't know if that's fixable. Some of it, I don't think it is. It's just how my brain is wired. And that's okay. Like, we're not even yawning, we don't get tired. Yeah. Currently I don't. I've been up for hours. Yeah. The birds are cute. I know, right? I adore them so much. I literally... Wait. Yeah, I've been up since yesterday, 4 a.m. I love that I've been here for an hour. Thank you so much. I honestly... You guys... Oh, God, you mean the world to me. You're amazing. I'm back. Hi, Delilah. Welcome back. I hope you had fun babysitting. Right, here's my home. I love being here with y'all. I mean, I can definitely agree with the last part. This community feels like one of the safest places I have ever ventured into. And I mean this, like, I don't feel safe around anyone. Not even my family or people. And I think, like, the internet, that gives, like, the slight distance, and the fact that you're, like, so accepting makes that a bit easier. But, like, if I'm physically in a room with someone, I'm, like, automatically tense. And I'm automatically feel unsafe. And that's just, it's just what my reality looks like. But yeah. You're perfect, Hannah. I certainly am not. But I appreciate that you see me that way, as long as you know that I'm not, because please don't idolize me. I'm German. I hope you're doing well. I'm German too. And yes, I am, for the most part. I still have my issues. I'm working on them. And that's all you can do. And it's not fair. And sometimes that really weighs on me, like, obviously. But all I can do is to, focus on managing as well as best as I can. And I'm trying to get better at that and be more compassionate with myself. I'm not text much in the chat, but I'm listening. I'm just doing a project and at the same time listening to your pretty words. Aw, thank you so much. And yeah, good luck with your project. I really hope it goes well. Sleep, guys! Okay, guys, I appreciate this. I really genuinely do, that you want to look out for me. It means the world to me. I can't sleep. It's not by choice. I would not choose this. I'm not staying up to make another project happen. I'm not staying up or forcing myself to stay up because I want to work more or anything like that. I can't sleep. I have tried. And on the plus side, I'm not even feeling tired right now. But believe me, gods believe me, I want to sleep. I just can't. What are your birds' names? This is Hibiki. She's playing with my necklace. And this is Akari. I love them both so much. feel like no one here would judge me for anything I do. Yeah, same. Like, this community is a very accepting and wonderful safe space, and I'm so happy that we could create that. I'm so grateful for everyone who contributes to that atmosphere, and just, you guys, I really, really appreciate that. The internet can be a very scary place, but in our little bubble, it's going pretty great, and I'm very happy about that. Hannah pulling the poetic answers. Poetic? Where was that poetic? Oh my god. Hello, it's been a while. How have you been? Hi, Ethan. I'm so happy to see you here again. It's truly been a while. And yeah, I've been ups and downs. Currently, I'm doing good. Q is not a divine being. That's true. I'm not. I know you're not perfect. You're perfect. You guys are so sweet. Just we use the word perfect here in a colloquial term, right? Like, we all know that I'm not. Good that we can agree on that. No, Bren, my German I could never. I know it has really been a struggle, but my parents sent me like a Schwarzbrot, which, that's something. Like, literally, I don't understand how other countries do not have bread. Or like, they have toast and they will call it bread, which is, that toast is not bread. And it has 0 nutrients. I beg your finest pardon. Yes, you spelled it correctly. Oh, she's tickling me at my neck. That is so mean. No. Time for attempt. I love to quote and compliment you. Sorry. I'm glad the stream's not chaotic today. Yeah, it's very chill. I enjoy this. Oh my god, you treated as though you had said the Q word in the emergency room. Bread is all I need to survive. I mean, that's fair. The thing is, I never liked bread that much, and now that I'm here, I realize how much I miss it. I'm like, oh. Yeah, that was a very basic food suddenly ripped away from me. In Germany, it's the basis to so many things. Bread is my safe food. That's valid. That's valid. Oh my god, yes. You guys are the best. Oh, I have a fun idea. I have a list. I have a list with fanfiction memes. Do we want to read fanfiction memes together? It's not as good because I don't have my laptop so that I can show you them as well, but most of them are just text. I'm letting you decide though. What are you doing? I just don't question it. Yes, fanfiction memes. Alright. Not gonna lie, I just like food. Valid. How long have you been up for? Do you still speak German? Klar, ich spreche immer noch Deutsch. Es ist meine Muttersprache, die werde ich nicht einfach verlernen. How long have I been up for? Since yesterday 4 a.m., which makes it 26 hours now. I regret all of my life choices, except these weren't choices. Gods. So yeah, we have 1 year for fanfiction memes. What is the rest thinking? Should we do that? What are you doing? Yes, for fanfiction memes. That's 2. Ooh, speaking of German, I said learn German. Ooh, good luck. It's not an easy language to learn. Let it be told from someone who... of course your vote counts. Damn. What's the keyword? Quiet. Never go to an ER and say that it's quiet that day. The next thing you will have is like a complex accident. I can't stop thinking about the Azuma X story. You know, I mean, I could, if you wanted to, also give you a sneak peek as like an exclusive live stream first reading. But we would have to put some much content warnings up. But yeah, I could do that if that's what you wanted. I'm just. See, these live streams live from like interaction, so just tell me what you want. Hmm. Oh, darlings. Okay, Victoria is begging for an exclusive reading of like the first chapter, maybe, of the Yatsumu ex-boyfriend storyline. We also have fanfiction memes as an option. I can't currently make a poll, I'm sorry, but let me know, do let me know which of these options you would prefer. Or if you have a third option. How you should sound like a teacher right now, please talk to me. Oh my god, if you were to see my German teacher, every time he asked us a question and nobody had the answer, he was like, Hallo? Hilfe? Hippo? It became such a meme! Oh my god, yeah. And songs that has been helping me to learn too. Which songs? Because German music. There are a few good things, but stay away from Schlager. It's so bad. Toast is not bread, bread is bread, toast is toast. Agreed. Thank you. The Germans understand. Oh my god, your birds are so fucking cute. Thank you. Have you seen the anime Bank of Stray Dogs? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, we have 2 votes for the Yatsumu ex-boyfriend series. Okay, let's simplify this, because otherwise we will never get to a decision. Send a 1 in the chat if you want fanfiction memes. Send a 2 in the chat if you want the Yatsumu ex-boyfriend storyline sneak peek. Send a 3 in the chat and your explanation if you want a third option. Okay, that's 2 2s, 3 1s, 3 2s, 4 2s. Okay, that's definitely more twos. Here's what we're gonna do. Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because the storyline takes longer, we're gonna do like 10 memes, because there are definitely people who say both or who definitely want one. So we're gonna do 10 memes. Those are short and sweet, and then we get into the storyline. Does that sound good? Love you. Aw, thank you so much. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Then let me get out the memes. I gathered so many of them. Honestly, I'm tempted to just make a video about it. Probably on like ADHD Audacity. That's not a perch. That's my microphone. You're making this difficult. Is this pre-recorded? No, it's not pre-recorded. Hi. Welcome to the live stream. So, I might, in the future, definitely make a video about this, because, I don't know, I think it's funny. But for now, yes, let's just, where is it? There. I labeled I get them from Pinterest. And I labeled the pinwheel just fanfiction readers IRL. So here we go. Are you ready, guys, to be called out? Imagine pre-record streams. I have seen pre-record streams. It's wild. Okay. No. Hi, Nana. Welcome. Well, we're gonna be called out today. First, I have like, come to the gay side. We have better fanfics. Which is just true. Which is just plain true. Then next we have, there are 3 types of people. Those who stay up all night reading fanfiction, those who stay up all night writing fanfiction, and those who do both. And I'm afraid I'm in the latter category. Tell me, which category are you in? Reading, writing, or both? I'd be curious. I'm in the 3rd, same. I would say time to be called out, but Kyo has already been calling me out today. Both. Fair. Theoretically both, but mostly first. Also fair. Do you ever notice how like we have our own language for fanfic that only readers understand? And then there's an example, which is 30K, WIP, Destiel, HS, AU on AO3. And I can't believe that I understand all of that. 36,000 words, work in progress, that's a ship, high school AU on AO3. It's its own language. And I appreciate that so much. Sure, chocolate and peanut butter are a great combo, but have you ever tried slow burn and mutual pining? God! Depends on, for me it depends so much on how slow the slow burn is. If the slow burn is too slow, and then again I have read Heaven Official's Blessing, which is like, oh my god, you haven't known slow burn until you have read Done Mine. Every time I join a new fandom, I feel like I'm ripping my soul into another Horcrux. Why is that so accurate? But I'm also bad at abbreviations. Me too. The thing is, okay, I will not know any of the common texting abbreviations. Like, people, like, my partner had to tell me, like, can't lie and not gonna lie. I didn't know these. But if you give me fanfic abbreviations, well, that's my home. Hualiang, my heaven. Oh my god, that's so true. Hualiang is the best. Oh my god. People be like, good night everyone, but then AO3. This is a call-out post. It's called a bedtime stories? Okay. And I mean, that's true, except the bedtime story keeps me up till 1 a.m. and bawling my eyes out. Such cute birds. I know, right? I adore them so much. Oh, by the way, I also completely forgot counting. I'm just gonna say we do this for 5 more minutes and then we get to the... Yes. Why can't lie has an abbreviation I know about, not gonna lie. I know, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand abbreviations. I don't use them. And the only abbreviation I use is in BC for because and OFC for of course. Those are the only two really I use most of the time. And obviously AM and PM. Some others, but like, yeah. Dear NSA agent, tracking my internet history. So like, what's your favorite fanfic? I don't want to know what my FBI agent thinks about me and my search history and my fanfic history, especially my fanfic history. I don't like the possibility that someone actually reads it. What does AM and PM stand for? I think it's Latin. But it's, well, obviously we all know in which context it's used, like for morning or afternoon. But yeah, I think it's some Latin origin. I couldn't tell you the exact thing, but yes. What's your favorite anime? I can't really decide. Is it, like, I have a favorite for every genre, if that makes sense. Like for sports, it's definitely Haikyuu. I love Haikyuu. My grandma just asked me, why are you smiling at your phone? Is it a boy? Yes, it is a boy. Fucking another boy. In this sick-ass fanfic I'm reading. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's so ironic that I'm also, like, asexual. Because, like, people will literally be like, I'll be giggling with my phone hands, like, oh, is it like, are you in a relationship? Are you having a crush on someone? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm totally not reading smart fanfic. ChatGPT AM and PM stands for AM ante meridiem, before or post meridiem, midday. Yeah, see, that makes sense. That's what I said. Some Latin origin. Yay. You always have that one favorite fanfic you reread and never get sick of. Oh yeah, that's so true. I have like a handful. I always return to. If you called out enough. Really? Because of the next post. Me, trying to find a good fanfiction. Me, I've read that one. And that one too. And that one. Oh wait, I haven't read that one. Halfway through. Yes, I have. Yes. Or that moment where you finish it. And it was like, wow, this is so good. Click on kudos. And then it's like, you already have left kudos here. And it's like, oh. When? Oh no, I gotta go eat. Love you as a friend. Hope to see you soon again. Okay, bye. Have a great day. Guten Appetit. I can read spicy pants with a straight face, but I cannot read fluff without giggling. Oh my god, that's so real. I love slow burn. You want to torture yourself? Listening to fanfics in the headphones while reading in the subway. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Let's play a little game I like to call, did that scene actually happen or did it just happen in a fanfic? I feel that so many people think that Oikawa legit has an injured knee. But it's just a collective headcanon the fandom just ran with. And I love that for us. It's not an obsession until you search for fanfiction. It's not a true obsession until you run out of fanfiction to read. And shit gets real when you start writing fanfiction. I guess you could say I'm sufficiently obsessed with Haikyuu after making 600 videos about it. Whoopsie. Wait, is it just a headcanon? Yes! That's weird. I could never hurt his knee, but yeah. Yeah. Good night. I have to go to sleep. Alright, no, that's so great. Prioritize your sleep always. Have a good night, and I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Alright, last one. Chat me, wow, when I'm a teenager, I'm gonna go out with my friends to the mall and party and date hot people and be popular and cool. Teenager me, phantoms. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, if you read for AO3 curse, then you must be desperate. If you're ready, yes. You know, I posted on AO3 not knowing about the curse. And now I'm diagnosed with MPD, and I completely think those two things are definitely linked. Yes. Hi, I'm Chinese, and I actually eat puppy meat sometimes. It's a delicacy in China, like veal in America. Veal is a baby cow. We eat baby dog, and I love deep fried chihuahua. Well, okay. Somehow I think that's not a real account. Definitely not. And I'm slightly disturbed now. I don't know what to think of that. Anyway, moving on. So, is that enough fanfic memes? Should we move on to the storyline? You decide. 1, if yes, it's enough, and we move on to the storyline. 2, if no, we need some more fanfic memes. Okay. Story. Alright. You guys really want to get this story before it's even out. You guys are so impatient. I'm afraid I contributed to that. Alright. Here we go. However, okay. If we do this, I need one of my moderators to prep a message I can pin with content warnings. You just love fanfic so much. I appreciate that. So, impatient, who's that? Never heard of her. Okay. So, content warnings for this storyline are implied past abuse, SA. That's pretty much it for, like, the first chapter. Attempted rape, probably. Those are the content warnings. I'm trying to think. Maybe violence. The first chapter was craziest. Yeah, but yeah, it's mainly those two. They imply kind of the others. So that's our And oh, by the way, I'm too tired to make a dramatic reading out of this. I have talked for too long to make a dramatic reading out of this. I will get myself some water now. But despite it being very inappropriate for the topic, I might laugh in between. That's just That's just my coping with the situation. You're warned. You've been warned. But now let's get water. Oh god. My knees hurt so much. Okay. Ow. Look, I'm only 21. Okay, I'm about to turn 22. But I'm only 22. 21. Almost. I shouldn't be feeling so much pain when getting up. Guys, can you believe it? You're not forced to take a bath. Now calm down. Alright. Let me mentally prepare for this. Oh yeah, please do. Please do. Okay. Oh no, it's getting milky again. Water is not supposed to look like that. Yes, hi darling. You don't have to bathe. It's okay. Now it's clear. Can you believe, guys, I'm getting water from like the kitchen in the apartment I'm renting on my own? Where I live? On my own? Isn't that crazy? Okay. I also think we have enough natural lightness that I can turn off this one. Ow. Ha 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 ha. 22, didn't expect that. Well, I am about to turn 22. Not 22 yet. Hi, darling. Do you work out, Kyo? Not at the moment, because I've been too sick recently. And I don't go to the gym, but I do. I am very active in my day-to-day life. And I pace like for hours daily. Okay. Are we guys ready? Are we prepared? Because we're about to start. Yes, what's going on, darling? You guys actually shouldn't hear this. You are way too young for this. Good that you don't understand it. Where are you living, if I may ask? I live in Japan, in Sapporo. Okay. Who needs a gym when you have a college campus? Lol. Oh my god, yeah, they're huge. Okay. I actually, the campus has a gym that I can use for free as a student. Just yes. Yeah, same, Menma. Alright, are we ready? I got you. With this, you gotta give me the go. You gotta give me the go. Read the tagged content warnings. But yeah, if you want a sneak peek, we're going. Ready. Alright. Love the birds, they're so cute. I love them too. Okay, so this fanfic is called Toxic Touch. It is heavy angst with a happy ending. The content warnings are tagged on the pinned comment, and the first chapter is called Spoiled Anniversary. I'm just coping, okay? I'm just coping because I know this might be inappropriate timing. I cannot control it. I can't believe I'm about to do this. You all get spoilers here, I'm just saying. Atsumo was humming along to his current favorite song, playing through his headphones while he picked up the sweets each of his boyfriends liked best and some for himself. He smiled brightly at the cashier, brightly enough that even through his mask it was evident. He thanked them with a bow before leaving the store still in high spirits. It was an anniversary, which they usually didn't celebrate much, yet he always found something to surprise them with and spend time together. Kiyomi liked to pretend he forgot, an excuse to avoid bigger celebrations and draw attention to himself. Yet, suspiciously, he never had anything planned on this day. In exchange, Atsumo never went overboard. He had Kiyomi's birthday to make up for that. The bell over the bakery chimed as he stepped outside into the fresh winter air, when suddenly a shiver hunted on his spine. He swiftly tightened his coat around himself, attributing it to the cold, and turned to... Oh, sorry, there was a short disconnect. Are we reconnected? Can you still hear me well? Yes, hi. You're too young to listen to this. Yep. Alright, we're good. Perfect. Okay. Atsumu, what a coincidence. I was just about to call you. Steps caught up to his position quickly, while his legs appeared rooted to the ground in a matter of seconds. His muscles tensed, stomach turned. A laugh that his mind automatically twisted into something mocking and cruel rang beside his ear as the weight of an arm around his shoulder trapped him in place more effectively than any electric current or chains ever could. His breath caught in his throat, and his eyes widened. His gaze remained fixed on the ground, too scared to face the person behind him and confirm what he couldn't bear to be true. Yoshida's eyes flew over the crowd around them. Atsumo's odd reaction, without doubt, drawing attention. Now don't act too shocked. I wanted to surprise you. His grip on Atsumo's arm and shoulder tightened, and he pulled him closer to his side. He didn't even have to say it. The setter could practically hear his voice hiss into his ear. Don't make a scene. He hated himself for the shaky smile that forced his lips upwards. Silently, he prayed it couldn't override the fear in his eyes, that his legs stumbling along in a blind panic as Yoshida's forceful grip guided him didn't look willing. His heart was beating in his throat, cutting off his voice. He could barely breathe, let alone listen and understand the words of the theater the other was putting on for those around them. Every time he leaned too far away, his gaze becoming hectic in search of an escape, Yoshida's grip tightened, having long surpassed the point of pain. He mastered well, but Atsumu was intimately familiar with the signs of irritation on him, and the more of them accumulated, the more panic seeped into his bones. He should scream for help from the top of his lungs, run, fight as long as there were still people around, do anything but continue to follow his lead. Yet his muscles wouldn't give. His hands shook violently when he finally managed to carefully lift his head, only for his heart to stop as he recognized where he had allowed him to lead them to. Like an oblivious lamb happily walking to its own slaughter. He found himself down a shadowed alley alone, except for the man still holding him. Sorry, I want to check in with the reactions always in between. I don't think I was ready. Heck no, he better put his hands up. It's a good night story. Okay, where his boyfriends or brother are like even sooner. Well, here's the thing. He went alone to surprise them to get sweets. Are we ready to continue? Sorry, we switched. Oh yeah, Canva, please read the content warnings. I don't know who's currently fronting. We are reading a story. It has heavy content warnings, and if you're not ready for that, that's completely fine. By all means. Yes. I'm not ready when I joined. Sorry, Shadow. That's why the content warnings are pinned. We're going to continue with this as soon as the majority says they're ready, which is what it looks like. What do you mean, goddamn, it's not a story. But yeah, okay. We're gonna continue. I will check in with your reactions. For one, to make sure that everybody's still fine with this. And for two, because if I already give you spoilers, you gotta give me feedback. I'm doing this for the feedback. Wait, yeah, it's a spoiler. This is going to become a story on this channel. But you're gonna get an exclusive first version. I love your stories though. Thank you. It's amazing. Thank you. You give me feedback, I continue reading this. That's the deal. And I'm gonna continue because most of you said you were ready. Adrenaline shot into his veins, and blood rushed into his muscles. Yet he hadn't even processed the information properly when the back of his head collided with the hard stone wall. You got me into quite some trouble when leaving like that, crying to your brother like a pathetic child. He loomed over him, fingers threading themselves into his scarf, detangling it until ice cold touches traced the line of his neck, leaving goosebumps in its wake. I'm sorry. Atsumo's voice had grown thin, pleading, before it was suddenly cut off by the grip around his throat tightening. The setter's hand flew up to his wrist, but the tall ignored him, a cruel smile spreading on his face. I think you owe me. A weak noise of protest built up in his throat until slowly the bruising force around it became enough to cut the access to air. He could feel the blood rushing under his skin, pounding against the suffocating pressure. Desperately, he began clawing at the arm holding him against the wall until an equally freezing touch explored his side. Yoshida opened his coat, his hands now tracing the muscles under his shirt. Atsumu froze, drawing a desperate breath as his grip loosened a little, while his focus shifted. It didn't last when lips were forcefully pressed to his, cutting off his air again, while the body above him pressed itself closer to the blonde. His hands moved to his lower back, tracing the seam of his underwear. Look, this is heavy shit! Did I mention that this is heavy shit? No, I'm feeling special. We are hearing spoilers, yeah. Yep. Are we still ready to continue? I'm so confused. We're reading a fanfiction. It is heavy. That's why the things are. Yes. Yes. It will have a happy end. This will not ever escalate into something explicit. But that doesn't mean it doesn't get happy. I warned you. I warned all of you. But yes, and the deal is you give me feedback and like obviously no, like we're not critiquing writing here. By feedback I just mean like I want your genuine reactions to these stories, and in exchange I will give you this spoiler. I will read this to you. You see why I struggled? Like why I hesitated to put this on YouTube? I will eventually. Wait, is the chat broken? Does the chat still work? Or did YouTube take the chat down? Okay, no, chat still works. It's just frozen on my phone. I hate this. Wait, oh no, this is just changing. Wait, okay. Great! Chat is working, but not on my phone where I can see it. Let me, okay, wait. I can get my laptop as well, and then I open the chat on the laptop. I hate when it does that. I will quickly adjust. You reconsider if you actually want me to continue reading. I will gladly do it. Again, the deal is I get your genuine reaction to the story, and you get the story. If anyone could catch the newcomers up to speed, that would be great. Maybe, okay, Ferret, could you by any chance just make a longer message that gives context for the trigger warnings, like fanfiction reading, trigger warnings this? Would that be possible? So that people who come in can just look at the pinned message. I got this. Talking is difficult, but we're working on it. Why? What happened? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, can you guys not hear me? Can you guys not hear me? I'm confused. Oh my god, is this your bird? Yes, this is my bird. I can hear you. Okay. It's working. Ferret, what is confused? The ship is Sakura to Aaron Kita. Okay. Where's the confusion? I'm so confused. Now I'm confused. Great. Now we're all confused. It's dissociation. Okay. But we've been talking this whole live stream. I'm confused. Alright. No, it's okay. It's okay. We can make this work. I will return to the reading in a second. I just need to open the chat on my computer because my phone decided that it didn't want the chat to function. Am I confused? Yep, okay. Thank you. Alright, so for everyone who hasn't caught up yet what we're doing, I'm doing a fanfiction live reading because people have been requesting that of the Sakuratsu ex-boyfriend storyline. It has content warnings that are pinned, like the pinned comment, or pinned chat message rather. And yeah, that is what we're doing. If you don't want to hear this because of the content warnings, that's completely fine. I check in every couple of paragraphs for one, simply because like that's sort of the exchange. You get I cannot talk. Why can't I not talk? Um. Okay. You get this fanfiction early, as was requested, and I get your feedback. That's the one reason I check in. The other reason, just to make sure that everybody's still doing okay, because again, these are heavy content warnings, and that's also why they're pinned. Please mind the content warnings. Yes. And now I have the chat again. Perfect. Are we ready to continue? And we are in the middle of the heavy scene. The confusion was because I have the volume lowered due to trigger warnings, and I know that it'll trigger me, but I don't want to leave. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I don't know. I don't think there are live captions on live streams. I'm feeling so much right now. I can't wait for the whole thing. I don't know. Can I get my head to do that too? So maybe I can spell. I feel that. The story is good. For some reason, I like the heavy stories with happy endings. Me too. Me too. Those are my favorites. Oh yeah. Okay. We have yes, continue with spoil, but yes, I am, but I may be crushing out a little. Guys, this is now at this point with all the warnings at your own risk. Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. Thank you. Oh my god, I hope no one new finds this channel right now. Kenma, of course happy ending. Always happy ending. I'm ready. Alright. Alright, okay. Please, no one new find this channel right now. It's bad timing. Yes, I feel right, I'm strong. Okay. I just was disregarding of the warnings. Okay. That's your decision. I need to take a deep breath and a bit of water. And yeah, my birds are going around and being mischievous. Oh god, new people again joined. Please, we're doing a fanfiction readings. It has heavy trigger warnings, so please read those. And otherwise, go. It's maybe do sub only. You know what? That's actually a good idea. Let's do subscribers only. There we go. Okay. If I run across screw, please. Alright. Atsuma felt tears prickling in his eyes, their warmth a stark contrast to the cold touch. On the edge of his consciousness, he took note of the slowly spreading numbing sensation washing through him from his extremities upwards. His vision began to blur at the edges. Then a whimper. The panic over his increasing helplessness compelling him to try to push away, yet he was only slammed back against the wall, his vision whitening briefly as his head collided with it, and Yoshida swallowed the faint noise he made. The hand on his throat reclaimed its position. Damn, you've been holding out on me. His left hand traced the muscles of his abdomen, wandering lower. You weren't this well trained when we were a thing, no matter how much I encouraged you. Is this your way of getting back at me? Or just a means to get the attention you so desperately crave? We both know you can't survive without it. A lick of shame grew inside him, though any emotion was quickly swallowed by the fear the touch invoked. He flinched violently as Yoshida leaned down, licking over his neck possessively, before clamping his teeth down almost enough to breach the skin. One by one, he left forceful marks on his skin, coaxing blood vessels to burst as he sucked the sensitive skin to his mouth. If he could ignore the way it hurt at the edges, the gesture was almost intimate. That was worse. As if knowing it, he kissed each mark once before leaning back to admire his work. How are we all coping? What? That's insane. Yeah. Hi, how are you doing? Dissociation. Why are you still here? The tears are falling, my poor boy. Yep, that is so fair. That is so fair. Very valid response. I'm crying, but it'll be fine. God, The thing is, in a live stream, I get to see your live response, and that's very interesting to me because usually I put these videos out there, and obviously in the premiere I get to see some of your like response. But I wonder how many people just disregard the warnings when I put this up as a normal video. I love that. The thing is, I'm also very okay with heavy angst. This is why I love writing and reading it. Maybe why I can't. Okay, are we ready to continue? And again, if this is not your cup of tea, by all means leave. This is an intense fanfic, and I know that. I love having angst too, it's so good, right? Yeah, but are we ready to continue? I like this. Love listening to you. Aw, thank you, Christian. Love hearing it at the same time. I can't really listen to it. That's fair. You don't have to, by all means. You can leave, it's okay. I always do the good. But yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Yes. Alright. Yeah, that's fair, Shadow. And we're gonna continue. And it has a happy end. It has a happy end. We just gotta get there. We're continuing now. This is your warning. Read the pinned comment. Playing hard to get as always. Huh? The smirk on his lips betrayed his mock disappointment. He pulled him closer by his waist, sealing their lips once more. The fight had left Atsumo's body as he stood frozen, enduring. His tears burned tracks into his skin to the skin of his cheeks, their warmth amplified by the cold. His mind began to wander elsewhere. As the struggle subsided, both Yoshida's hands found his waist, fingers roaming lower. Atsumo's breath hitched painfully in his bruised throat as he felt the cold on his inner thigh, and fingers tantalizingly drawing over his neck again. Suddenly, the noise of someone clearing their throat and steps approaching echoed through the alley. Hi, babies. What are you doing? They're protesting. And steps approaching echoed through the alley, and his hands stopped in their wake. Atsumo turned his face away as much as the other allowed, ashamed. Can't you see we're busy? Yoshida's grip on his waist tightened with his irritation growing, even more so as his face became a carefully curated, bashful mask. Sorry, officer. Maybe we got a bit too excited. We'll take our leave. The blonde paused, the very real possibility of escape dawning on him. So why couldn't he move? He didn't want this. Why wasn't he screaming? Another tear fell. As if reading his thoughts, Yoshida caged him closer to the wall subtly. Without even choking him, his presence suffocated any idea of escape. Anything further, and this would have been a case of public indecency. I must ask you and your partner to leave, and keep such activities to private rooms. The voice resonated in his head, and when Yoshida tried to pull him away, while smiling good-naturedly at the officer, he didn't move. He felt like signing his own death sentence, and part of him scrambled to make up for his mistake, knowing that what even a small amount of hesitation could cost him. He felt his gaze on him, but didn't look up. It was all he could do to resist the tirade of apologies on the tip of his tongue. All he could do to stubbornly lock his muscles in place, forbidding them to move so much as an inch. Kenma, genuinely, if this is too much for you, please leave. It's okay. I can always trust you for some angst. Oh yeah. Yeah, poor Atsumu. Plot twist when his boyfriends find out what his name does. No plot twist. I'm gonna make the attack fun actually. You guys are gonna love this. Guys, who put onions into you guys? The birds say no. This is a joke, I swear. The police officer sent up. Oh my god, hi, this is my first ever life with you. Oh, Marvel! What a choice! Can anyone tell that I'm nervous? love your commentary. To be fair, you'd be surprised how many people in such situations do nothing. Or assume it's nothing. Like, we are so socially conditioned to look away from these things. And it's a dark alley. I'm not saying this in defense, a little bit. But I'm being calm. We're gonna continue. If you're ready. Again, this is my check-in, and for everyone who just joined, we're reading a very heavy fanfic. That's what we're doing. Be aware of the content warnings, they're pinned. Are we ready to continue? This is my question to you, Nail. You guys are gonna love this. Eventually. Okay, we have one ready. I need at least three. At least three readies. That's two. I'm sure okay right now. That's good. That's good. And to be fair, the worst part is over now. For now. The worst part for now is over now. Ready? Okay. We're continuing. A tense silence lingered between them that took his breath more effectively than the hand around his throat had. Oh no! I lost my point. Okay, wait. I need to scroll down. There. The police officer didn't leave, to which Atsumu was internally grateful. Yoshida's glare grew colder by the second until, as the officer made another step towards them, he cursed under his breath and forcefully pulled his hand from Atsumu's waist. It burned. His nails caught on the skin and left painful scratch marks that burned like fire against the cold. It took a few seconds after he left before Atsumu dared to pull in a shaky breath, trying to focus on how the cold settled in his lungs, rather than how his insides felt like a rubber band being stretched further and further, threatening to snap. As if it spread from the scratches, every part he had touched felt suddenly ablaze. As if sensing that something was wrong, the officer stepped closer. Everything okay? He hadn't recognized him. Atsumu's face was still turned, his gaze towards the ground, but the setter had recognized him. Tears of relief streamed down his face as he fought to regain his voice, breath turning to ragged hiccups, and his body finally collapsed against the wall. What are we thinking? Anyone freaking out and moving different? What are we thinking? Also, since chat's still working, I have to check in with that. Okay, perfect. Take it back, I like the officer. I'm just gonna continue. I'm calm. Sawamura. It hurt. He wasn't sure whether it was from the cold, the hectic breaths he took, or the bruises that undoubtedly had begun blossoming on his throat. Atsumu? And Daishi's voice grew alarmed as he saw him collapse. He appeared in his field of vision shortly after, searching the setter's gaze to gain his attention. Yet his eyes widened as they inspected him closer, undoubtedly taking note of his marked-up neck. He tensed. His head whipped around in the direction Yoshida had disappeared in, debating whether to pursue him or not. His jaw set tight before he turned to the blonde again. Do you know who that was? Atsumu nodded shakily, the motion so small he was surprised the other recognized it as such. Daichi relaxed a fraction. He gulped, visibly shaken himself while trying to remain composed as his job demanded. Slowly he approached Atsumu. Can I touch you? Again he nodded, albeit even more hesitantly than before. He still flinched when Daichi gently took hold of his arms, stabilizing him as he helped him to his feet. They walked to the police car in silence, only accompanied by the sound of their footsteps, though to Atsumu it was drowned out by the increasing rushing of blood in his ears and the breath in his lungs. Soon Daichi's touch was the only sense of direction that remained as he settled him carefully in the passenger seat. He provided him with a blanket and the scarf Yoshida had dropped carelessly to the ground before. It had been a gift from Kida, who had taken note that Atsumu easily got cold when the temperatures dropped. Letting it warm him now and cover the marks of his betrayal felt wrong, in the worst way, and yet he still buried his face in the fabric grave early. Get ready. Yes, Daichi. It's Daichi. God, I was dying for a moment when you all were like, "God, I love this. I did such a poor job," and I was like, "How do I tell you this?" Right. Hi, Daichi to the rescue. Can listen to you for days. Thank you, Christian. All right, are we ready to continue? You're gonna love chapter 3. Okay. Are we ready? I love Daichi so much. Yes, he's amazing. Yeah. All right. We have 1 ready. 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, Daddy. His heart was still pounding in his chest, and he could feel himself drifting further with every beat. The dull thud of the driver's side door closing grounded him in reality just enough to ball his hands into fists and dig his nails into his palms. The pain, controlled by him and him alone, helped him to stifle the numbness. He forced a deep breath. His throat burned. Sorry, I have to look after my bird. Atsumu? He could hear the concern in Daichi's voice and zeroed in on the sound. The blonde inclined his head slightly to show that he listened. From the corner of his eye, he saw the other nod slowly in acknowledgement, though it was more to himself than the setter. Relief that he wasn't fed up with him, yet sparked inside Atsumu. Here's what we're going to do next, Daichi began explaining calmly. I'll bring you to a clinic. They'll treat your injuries and document the evidence. That means they have to take pictures of the bruising. It'll be fast, I promise. You will be given priority. You don't have to make a statement yet. Just, if you can, while I drive, write down this. Write down on this, he gave him a notebook block and pen, what you know about that guy. I will take care of the rest. He was visibly apologetic about the procedure, and maybe somewhere in some unreachable part of his mind, Atsumu begged not to have to go through with it, any of it. But right here and now, he just shrugged his shoulders and accepted the paper and pen. His hands were shaking as he forced them to draw each kana, each line less straight than the previous. In his peripheral, he saw the soft beige scarf swaying as they drove. It was the least he could do for them after he let it get this far. Buildings brushed past them in a blur. The setter tried his best to force his brain to focus on the paper, but as soon as he managed to form the kana for the general information, it became harder. He quickly realized that explaining his relationship with Yoshida was remembering what he kept locked away firmly, only to resurface in the odd nightmare he couldn't avoid. His brain refused to follow the train of thought. Only glimpses that made him feel nauseous made it through, and he didn't want to force it anymore. Eventually his stomach twisted enough for his hand to rush to his mouth, only for him to be reminded of the burning feeling of lips pressed against it. He wanted to scream. Instead, new tears wet his face, and his breath grew shaky again. It was like every touch had added cracks to the self Atsumu had rebuilt painstakingly. They spread from his shoulder and waist, shaking his support. His chest, exposing his core raw to the touch. From his throat, disturbing his airways. From his lips over his face, taking what was left of his identity. He only half registered how Daichi took the note and pen from him and gently guided Atsumu's hand to his side to relax. In vain. The setter remained tense as if connected to an electric current. Alright, what are we thinking? Give me your feedback. Urain said, how do I tell them it's not a random process? Yes, for real! Oh. I have to leave, but I can't. I'm not going to leave. Victoria! I always say I love Daichi. Oh, I love Daichi so much. How did life so effective in fanfiction? Meet Google. Oh, just you wait. Oh, just you wait. The fandom has left a mark of that people both online and IRL say I have Haikyuu vibes. Oh my god, Haikyuu is amazing. Daichi becoming my favorite character right now. Yes! Loving it, disease. Daichi came to save today. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Are we ready to continue? Sorry, I get very excitable about this. I mean, the first bit is, well. Who hurt you? Do you want the list chronologically or alphabetically? I'm going to reach this multiple times. I appreciate that so much. Yes. There's just a saver. Okay. Are we ready to continue? Also, for everyone who just joined, we're doing a fanfiction reading. It has heavy content warnings. They are pinned to the top. Please be aware of them. I'm ready. Okay, we have 1. We need at least 3. We have 2. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. Alphabetically cause autism. Okay, will take me a while to make that list. 3, 4, alright. If I watched In My Shadow 100 times, I want to watch this 100 times. Ooh, and I think this one turns out better, but like, Nico D'Angelo, oh my god, look! Nico D'Angelo is probably one of the most traumatized characters in history, and here we go and do the same to Atsumu. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna continue. The clinic staff listened attentively to Daiji before guiding Atsumu into a separate room. The blonde barely distinguished the words spoken around and to him. He let them guide him to various instruments and positioning his body to examine him. His mind wasn't with him, or even with him. He was just aware enough to avoid each and all reflective surfaces he encountered. Darling! Oh! Stop hitting your head! There's a ceiling! I love my baby bird, and I love watching her learning to fly. But that phase when they are not good at determining distances. Darling! Ceiling! Good. That went great. That went great. Sorry, that distracted me for a second. It's okay. We're having a good morning. We'll continue. I'm sorry. Here, I'll bring you home. Daichi was on the phone when the doctors released him, but quickly finished his conversation when he saw him. He exchanged a few words with them before guiding him back outside. Atsumu slung his scarf, although still damp from being thrown into the snow, tighter around his neck, partially to cover the blossoming marks once more. Can you bring me to Samu? A flash of surprise crossed over Daichi's face, but he nodded quickly, and soon they were on their way to the Osaka branch of the Onigiri Meow. What did the doctor say? Daichi asked tentatively into the silence. Are we okay now? No, we're not. We're protesting. What? What do you want from me? The budgies are so playful. I knew, right? I love them. Moving on. Mild concussion. Something about blunt trauma to the head. Bruising. His gaze was focused on the streets passing by, but from the corner of his eye he caught him nodding grimly. You're really active today. What a reading. This is why it can get tricky to record these videos, because you're essentially now getting the experience with all of that cut out. I was like, yes, Nico went through it. For real. Hello, snow. Yes, we have so much snow in Sapporo, for example. I don't know about Osaka, but I see snow around me, so I gave snow to what I was writing. What? Alright, Atsumu's home? Nope. But we're going to Osamu instead of going home. Why might that be? Concussion, I just missed the 30 seconds because I was concerned with the light. Yes, concussion. His head was slammed against the wall. Whoopsie. His gaze was focused on the streets passing by, but from the corner of his eye he caught him nodding grimly. We'll take care of it, Atsumu. Just focus on recovering. We'll make sure you're safe. He nodded absent-mindedly. The thought of being involved with this once more made his chest tighten, and he shoved it aside forcefully before it could consume him. Part of him, a part he fought long and hard to recover from his previous experiences, urged him to beg Daichi to stop, even though he knew it'd be in vain. He had witnessed the assault firsthand, in public. His job didn't permit him to do nothing. If he had just complied with Yoshida's demand, he'd be safe by now. It provided uselessly. He bit his lip, hard to prevent it from trembling. The car stopped before Osamu's shop, after what felt like an eternity, in the blink of an eye all at once. Atsumu reached for the door handle, but hesitated. Atsumu, what did I miss? Miyatri moment, oof! Yes, me and Jun moment approaching. Definitely. Hi, Yang. Hi. Welcome. Please read the content warnings. We're doing fanfiction readings. It's pinned to the top. I wonder why. Do you want me to come with? He shook his head, his muscles starting to tremble as the words assembled on the back of his tongue. Savamura, I went with him, but I didn't want. I swear I didn't want to. I didn't want that. Atsumu. I know. Somehow that made it worse. Why did it make it worse? He wanted to be believed so badly, but how could Daichi genuinely do so if he struggled to believe himself? He caught his gaze, full of compassion and earnesty. He couldn't bear to hold it long. Quickly he turned away and rushed towards the entrance. The cold bit into his skin, sharp pain shot up his nerves, every breath hurt. He rang the doorbell, while Daichi waited for him to be led inside. It unnerved him almost as much as it calmed him. It took multiple attempts until finally an annoyed groan resonated from inside. Are we ready for Awesome confrontation? Okay, Miss Awesome too. I need to stop typing while listening because I can't multitask. Fair. I'm waiting. Are we ready for Awesome confrontation? Is the show still working? Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm so ready. Good. I missed too much. Get the best flavor deck. Thank you, Christian. Yes, it needs out to kick what's his name. Fair. But yeah, please keep your reactions in the chat coming. That's the deal. You give me reactions, I give you stories. Are you okay? What was that? Are you okay? Oh, darling. Yes. Alright. Can't wait for the full thing. I love listening to your voice. Okay, I'm ready. Is she okay? I think so. Oh my goodness. So I'm ready. I've completely lost the story. Well, okay. Summary. So Atsumu was assaulted. Daichi caught that. Yoshi got away. Atsumu was treated for his injuries, and now we're bringing him home to Asumu because he said he didn't want to go to his home, so like his boyfriend's. And now we're about to have the Atsumu scene. Let's go. Can't you read the fucking sign? Shop's closed today. Asumu looked tired, his brows furrowed in a frown and a t-shirt hanging loosely from his shoulders. He paused as he recognized him. That goes for idiots' headers too, and idiots' brothers in particular. He grinned smugly. It stood a familiar defiance in Atsumu that was a welcome distraction. Come on, let me in. I'm freezing my butt off. Asumu looked like he was about to make him wait some more, but hesitated as Atsumu stepped aside to walk past him. He recognized the police car and Daichi, who waved back a friendly greeting before driving off. Skeptically, the silver-haired turned around. You're not in trouble, are you? Atsumu let out a humorless laugh while slowly approaching the stairs. There was something stiff and hesitant in his step. Atsumu, no, I'm not, okay? Confused and getting increasingly more irritated, Asumu followed after his brother. Atsumu, don't ignore me! Suna rolled his eyes at the twins as they stormed in one after another. Komori looked up curiously from where he had rested his head on his chest, making the middle blocker smile softly. He was undoubtedly the cutest of his boyfriends. Atsumu, however, visibly recoiled when he recognized him. Suna frowned. That was an odd reaction. Immediately, yet gently, he pulled Komori back, who had sat up and looked like he wanted to ask what was wrong. Confused, the libero looked at him, concern pooling in his eyes. He gave him a barely noticeable shake of his head, his eyes scanning the fog's blonde sider vigilantly. What is going on? The other pressed his lips together tightly and looked like he tried not to cry, which only agitated Asumu further, who visibly struggled to keep calm for Asumu's sake. You tell me. Sawamura just dropped him off and he's pretending nothing is wrong. He turned to his twin again. Don't think I don't know it's your anniversary today. You've been bugging me with ideas to surprise them all week. Why aren't you with them now? Why are you dropping all my pens to the ground? Are you cats? Anyway, we want to hug Atsumi. That is, yes. Yes. Me too. Me too when I wrote this. Ah. I will personally hug with this Dave and give him a 10. Twin time. Surviving the smart one. Oh yeah, we love to know this. Ah. Okay, I think since the beginning I just had my first reaction. Fair. Asking birds if they're cats is funny. Yeah, well, they're dropping stuff, and cats also always drop stuff on purpose, so yeah. Oh, my poor Atsuma. Why did I write this? Okay, look, I need to hype myself up for this next part. It was the anniversary. I know, exactly. It was the anniversary. And now it will also always be the anniversary of this. I love torturing my characters. Anyway, I can do this. How will I do this when I make this an extra video? Alright. Yeah, there it is. It's me when I read thanks. Kristen! Thank you so much. And, oh my god, it's a yellow one. Okay. I got this. For this alone, I need to gather my spirits. I can do this. Oh god, it's just, I'm so sorry for Atsumu. He could be like the day before an anniversary. Cat methods, that's not a good quote of me. Shush. I never said that. You have no proof. Okay. Look, it makes me so sad this next part because Atsumu says it. And that's what he thinks. That makes me so sad. But Victoria says that she's ready. So I guess we're gonna continue. Here we go. I got this. I wrote this. I should be so fine reading this. Hi! What a good time to join. We're doing a fanfiction reading. There are content warnings. Please read the content warnings. They are pinned. Please read the pinned content warnings as we're going to continue to read this fanfiction out loud. Recording yourself. I have no clue what you're talking about. No. I don't know who I am, but I'm ready. I wrote this. Yeah. Okay. I cheated on them. There. Is that what you want to hear? His voice grew thinner towards the end, as he forced the words out. A deafening silence followed his confession. Dumbass, don't joke about that. You wouldn't... Before they could fully grasp what he had said, let alone catch themselves from the steep slope his words seemed to have pushed them down, it turned into a free fall as Atsumu detangled the scarf and let it drop to his feet. Komori let out an almost pained gasp, a hand flying up to cover his mouth, and tears sprang into his eyes. An array of marks littered Atsumu's neck, ranging from an angry red to a deep purple. Bite marks, just short of bloody, were placed just beneath his jaw on the side, and at the soft spot above his collarbone. Hickeys that looked too forceful to be called love bites were branded into his skin, and mixed and blended with the most noticeable, a handprint laying itself like a collar around Atsumu's throat. I didn't prevent it. I could have fought more. I'm so sorry. His eyes found Komori's at that, and Suna knew that he wasn't apologizing to him, but to whom he came to represent in this moment, his cousin, Kiyomi. He let out a wounded sound and looked helplessly overwhelmed with the whole situation. Tears claimed his face, and he could do little more than shake his head over and over again. Q, why didn't you do the day for the anniversary? Q, I'm scared. No, you're not cheating with me. Exactly. Exactly. And don't worry, the story calls this out. Don't worry, but... so cute. I know! And I wrote it! Okay, it was not ready. Do not get so naughty even there yet. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. I'm telling myself it's okay. I'm trying to convince myself of that. If you could help with that, that'd be very nice. He didn't cheat. I know he didn't. He didn't. Let me make this perfectly clear. He did not. But he sees it that way. And that's the problem. Yes, just for the plot. Yes, Komori. Exactly, Victoria. You're 100% right. 100% right. And believe me, his boyfriends will take great care telling him that. But yeah, are we ready to continue? Because if we continue now, we at least get a little hint of comfort, and that's what we want, right? Right? So, are you ready to continue? I wrote 7 chapters of this. Yes, with a sad smiley. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, I want the comfort. Alright. Yes, Komori was the one crying. He was one of the people definitely crying. Yes. Okay, we're continuing. And yeah, if you have any questions, are any confused about any plot points, just ask. We're in the live stream right now, so I can actually explain if there's something you don't understand. Alright. It was him, wasn't it? Asuma's voice was surprisingly calm, but underneath boiled a visceral rage, contained only by the very thing that fueled it, the worry for his twin. Atsumu shivered all over. That he was still standing was a miracle to him. He gripped himself tightly, eyes growing distant. You surprised me. I swear I didn't want it. I promised Samu. He gulped hard, before the first sob ripped itself from his throat, sounding oddly distorted. Asumu looked like each word tore into his skin. The pain was reflected in his eyes, raw and undiluted, as he slowly reached out to Atsumu, flinching himself when the setter did at his touch. Carefully reading his brother's body language, he took his coat and scarf and wrapped him in a blanket Suna readily provided. He felt nauseous as he caught the sight of the scratch marks where Atsumu's shirt had ridden up a bit. Stay here or the guest bedroom? Atsumu looked up at him with so much pleading in his eyes, so much desperation it broke his heart. I don't want to be alone. You won't be, Asumu promised quickly. You won't be. I can come with you. I'll be with you. Slowly the blonde nodded. Over his shoulder the silver-haired exchanged a meaningful glance with Suna, who nodded seriously. He rushed to prepare Atsumu's favorite tea and hated how fluent his motions were, how practiced with each step as he gathered a small collection of comfort items and snacks on a tray before bringing it to the second bedroom. Inside, the twins had already cuddled up in a blanket pile, like 2 foxes keeping each other warm in the snow. While this was primarily for Atsumu, Suna knew that Asumu needed it almost just as much. Hello! Hi, Anubis! What a time to join us. Why aren't we crying? Is something wrong with us? No, it's not. Everybody reacts differently. I can rarely cry, even if I want to or if I feel sad. Oh my god, what? I want to be alone, so relatable, yeah. What are we reading? It's a little spoiler for the fanfiction, the storyline with Atsumu's ex-boyfriend. People voted that we read it now. And hi everyone! People are joining. So great to see you here. And welcome to everyone who joined. Yes, so we're currently making a live fanfiction reading about the Atsumu ex-boyfriend storyline. And it is pretty heavy. And just a reminder, I wrote this. You have no idea what's yet to come. You have no idea what's yet to come. We're at the first chapter. Like 2 foxes, I know, right? So cute. Hi, Kira. Hell, the last time he saw him in the stories, he had a girlfriend. Why does he want to? Wait. No, he didn't. He didn't, right? Am I missing something? Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Okay, no. I remember now what you mean. Yeah, the phone call. Don't worry. First chapter still, yes. Mia Twins Foxes, they're so cute. Yeah, so everyone who just joined, we're doing a fanfiction reading. It has pretty heavy trigger warnings, so check them out. They are pinned to the top. Also, honestly, join at the perfect time, exactly. We're almost done with the first chapter. I can give a summary for everyone who wants them, but first, please read the trigger warnings, and then I give the summary for everyone who wants to there. And then we continue. If everyone is ready. What are we saying? What are we thinking? I need some feedback. Yeah, do worry, Victoria. I'll pick up on that eventually. Bye. Hi. And my birds are throwing my stuff around. I'm trying to cope with this. That's fair, but honestly, you do not have to read this. It is completely fair if you don't want it. Mornings with that. Never seen this much in my life. Oh my god. Some summary. Alright. It's morning here. We are having 8 a.m. now. Alright, I'll give the summary now. I really appreciate you give trigger warnings that everyone thinks about that. Of course. Of course. Really, what are the warnings? Warnings are pinned to the top. You can see that. It's just... So, okay. Summary so far. We had Atsumu getting ready for his anniversary when his ex-boyfriend showed up. Yeah. Oh god. Please, consider now. We are reading a heavy story. Please consider now if you want to sit. So, yeah. We had Atsumu getting ready and buying gifts for his boyfriends for their anniversary when his ex-boyfriend showed up and attempted to assault him. Luckily, Daichi interrupted. And still he got injured and is now obviously re-traumatized and asked Daichi after his wounds have been treated to being brought to his brother, where now Osamu and Suna take care of him and Komori's there as well, and yes. I read no matter what warnings exist. So same, there's very few things and tags that I don't read. There are some. But yeah. I mean, those are okay. So, are we ready to continue? I need 3 people at least to say that they're ready, and then this guy. Thanks. Yes. We are ready. Perfect. That's 2. Yes, and that makes 3. Alright. It's only 5 more paragraphs until we end this chapter. And if you want, we can still continue afterwards. I still have some time. Yes. Okay. Atsumu clung to his brother, hiding his face against his chest while his body was shaken by silent sobs. Osamu held him tightly, his eyes promising revenge should his and Yoshida's path ever cross again. Still, for now, all his focus was on drawing soothing patterns into Atsumu's skin, humming soothing melodies their mom would sing them to sleep with when they were kids, and holding together what was left of his brother. Suna approached them carefully and placed the tray on the nightstand. The room was softly lit by fairy lights that had a warm orange glow and small orange and yellow stone lamps, their reflections reminding him of Kitsunebi. They never changed this room, hoping it would never find use again and always preparing for when it did. Atsumu? He knelt by his bedside, not to loom over them. The two pairs of eyes found him, but the honey gold turned away quickly, making his heart ache. Your partners are going to wonder where you are. What should I tell them? After long pause stretched the time between them, a small, barely formed everything broke the silence. Shaw counted his face as he searched Osamu's for confirmation, who seemed stunned too, but gave a brisk nod as if to confirm. Sunako, what entails everything? The question terrified him to no end, more so as a full body shiver rocked through Atsumu and his grip on Osamu tightened. He didn't. He only touched and kissed. I should have. I'm sorry. Sobs started shaking him violently anew, and immediately Osamu shushed him gently, trying to refute his apologies, but in vain. At once, Suna knew that his request to tell them everything wasn't rooted in the trust it ought to be. Atsumu expected them to get mad, like he expected Komori to get mad on Sakusa's behalf. He was terrified of it. Whether he urged him to tell them regardless out of self-punishment or to get it over with, he wasn't sure, but he would prove him wrong either way. And that concludes the first chapter. Yes, Tepiru and Samu. Ooh, we're all encouraging him. There are a couple of his stories I saw the warnings and said, nope, which is completely valid. But I'm curious, which ones? Like, if you know the titles. Hi. I love Osamu being protective. Oh, me too. As long, like, some people overdo it. Some people overdo it to a certain degree. But, like, a healthy amount of protective Osamu, so good. So we're just crashing out for a bit. No problem. Okay, bye, take care. Alright, bye. Have a wonderful and amazing day. See you, Victoria. Kawasa is the can still here. Oh god. I feel kind of bad for Zuna's lovers for always being in the dark. Well, well. We love Asum and Atsumu. It's a fun story. I love it. That's one way to see it. Hi. I can do this. That's fair. Of course. You don't have to stay here, Victoria. Absolutely not. We love listening to your voice. Do you have time to continue? I have some time. It's more that the battery will eventually run out of my iPad. But yeah, I have a little bit more time to continue if you want me to. How much time do you think you'll stay alive? Not that much longer after this, but at least like for half an hour more. I have to look back to remember the times when we would. No problem at all. I'm just curious. But yeah, do we want to continue? Actually, I have a question. Of course, Kira. Give me your question. Whatever you want to ask, feel free. Now we invested. Yes, you're getting all the spoilers. I'm just saying. Eventually, this will come up on YouTube. Ha. What about the Percy Jackson story? It will continue. But as you can see, I don't have that much time currently to spend to write and edit and all that. There's a lot of factors that play into it, and as such, I have to prioritize the thing that will ultimately pay my tuition. And Percy Jackson stories, sadly, do not currently pay my tuition because they are not watched a lot. Yes. Alright, do you want me to continue? It's fine, I just want to... Okay, no, that's perfectly valid. When it will come on YouTube, I remember this life. No. Yeah, you're the chosen ones. You get it early. Sorry, but I never read Percy Jackson. Shocked. I can really recommend it. It's really good. But I also was very late to the party. My bird is going crazy. I love her so much. Getting your morning exercise in? I take that as a yes. Alright, looks like you guys want to continue. That's wonderful. Then we will get there to that. When it comes out on YouTube, I'm gonna be in that premiere. I don't care when it comes, I'll be watching it. I'm so excited. I just want to say that I love the last Sakura UI video. Really felt the emotion. I love Sakura and Eva's reaction. Just as much as I was. Oh, thank you so much. Oh man, I love the Percy Jackson ones. Let's keep going though. We're into deep. Yes. And don't worry, again, I will get back to the Percy Jackson ones. I actually started a new Soul Angelo series, so... Yes. Yes, okay. Chapter 2 is called Cheated! Exclamation mark, question mark. Alright, yes, Soul Angelo is just the best. And there's so much more I want to do with Soul Angelo. So eventually, we'll have a bunch of them. Okay, again, for everyone who just joined, please read the tag, the pinned comment. We're doing chapter 2 of a fanfiction reading. Heavy subject matters. Trigger warnings are provided. And let's go. Now this is interesting. The door clicked shut behind Suna, and suddenly his muscles felt as though they had been replaced with jelly. He leaned his forehead against the cool wood, hoping to regain some stability, but only worsening his predicament as he heard the strangled sobs from inside, and Osmo's broken whispers attempting to soothe him. The raven allowed himself a few shaky breaths before stepping back slowly. A single pair of tears fell from his eyes, and he wiped them away quickly, holding in his own reaction while trying to focus on the next step. Rin? Komori looked worried beyond words as he walked closer to him with hesitant steps. His soft brown eyes overflowing with worry, and his hands twisting into the long sleeves of Suna's sweatshirt he was wearing. The middle blocker tried to reassure him swiftly, but no words came out, and as he reached up again to rid his face of any evidence of how much this affected him, Komori stopped him. He shook his head, and gently took Suna's hands in his. Tenderly, he reached up to wipe Suna's tears away himself, a hypocrite to his own. What's going on? My birds are protesting. I know, guys. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Wait, are you reading? Yes. Yes, we're reading. Okay, we'll continue. Tenderly, he reached up to wipe Suna's tears away himself, a hypocrite to his own, before cupping his cheeks. For a moment, they shared a long gaze filled with the agony resin. Really? Another pen? I'm taking this personally now. For a moment they shared a long gaze filled with the agony resonating through the events like the ripple effect of a tidal wave. Then, wordlessly, Komori slung his arms around him and let out a sob against his chest. For a moment, Suna remained frozen. He never had someone there to hug him when it got bad. Asumu's first priority was always, understandably, Atsumu. The damage done to them was something that tended to later, after Atsumu was stable again. Though he knew that as much as it pained him to see his twin fall apart, the support when they curled up together was mutual. The Raven understood perfectly why the setter would need his brother in these moments and only him. He held no grudge, and Asumu always more than made up for it afterwards, when Suna had sorted out most of his feelings himself already. He never had someone to see and tend to him when the initial shock hit and settled in his bones, threatening to shatter them. But Komori was here now, in his arms, sharing his pain, the same way Asumu and Atsumu shared theirs. His might be second-hand, but the relief he felt when closing his arms about Komori in return and the storm inside him finally didn't threaten to rip him apart anymore was unrivaled. He let out a gasp of relief. It felt like the pain swelled between them to new heights, but with two vessels to pour into, it was enough to hold it without breaking in the process. I love how the situation is taking a toll on everyone, which makes it very realistic. Yeah, we love some good traumatic realism. I can't. But I can't believe you would think he cheated. Yeah, that's a really tricky part about these things, right? And about the shame that it just ingrains in you. You are agents of chaos. Komori's so sweet. I know, right? I'm lost, but I'm listening. Yeah. What do you mean hypocrite? Like that I mean crying hypocrite, because if you pull what you're doing to Sumi to in the story to Suna, I would be able to handle it. No. Don't worry. We're not. Well, moving on. We never like Komori, and now we like him. I see. I'm doing a good job now. Feel bad for everyone in this situation. Not sure who you mean. Yes. That is fair. I also would feel bad for everyone in this situation. Except Yoshida. He can rot in hell. And I will put him there. Just give me some time. Where did I end up now? Hi! We are a Haikyuu fanfic livestream. Welcome. We're reading a fanfic currently that is very heavy. Please read the pinned comment. Your birds are being troublesome. Oh yeah, they are. But they're so cute in the process. Can't even be mad at them. I found them nightmares run deep, I mean. Ooh! Really? That's interesting. That's genuinely interesting. Because Nightmares Run Deep is not any of my event fanfics. They are definitely not that bad in comparison. But that's fair. It's interesting. Oh, he will be. Yes. Komori went from a character I didn't even acknowledge to my favorite character just because of the way you write him. Fuck yeah! You know what? I'm good at my job. I decided. These comments make me feel like I'm good at my job. Oh, is this the one that Asumu took Komori Kage and Suna about Atsumu like? Yes. Okay, so again, summary for everybody to get back into the boat. This story started with Atsumu preparing for his anniversary with his boyfriends, and then his ex showed up and tried to assault him. Daichi helped, but he was Atsumu was injured before and obviously re-traumatized, and so now he's back with his brother, and they try to cope with all of that. That is where we are at with this story, which also means that now Eren and Kira finally get to know about Atsumu's ex. Yes. Komori is such a cutie in the anime. Agreed. We either call him what's his name or you know who. That's fair. Okay, are we ready to continue? Because that's the question I always have to ask. And yeah, you get the spoilers, and in return I get your I love the story. Yeah. Give me Komori. What about Komori? I'm confused on the context, Kira. Yes, this is fanfiction reading about some anime. You got it. That's what we're doing. And actually my fanfiction, so yes. Ready. Okay, we have 2 readies, 3 readies, perfect. And one of the challenges once, but not gonna say the name because it triggers me a bit because of things. Alright, that's perfectly fair. Wait, off topic, because Akagi was mentioned, I was writing also some Akagi. That's cool, I love that. Koma is a character I didn't even know existed to watch some of your videos. Oh my god. Alright, we're ready, we're continuing. His hold on Komori tightened, and the other did the same in return. Suna allowed them a few more minutes of sharing in their grief over the events before carefully separating them. He offered Mutaya a shaky smile and kissed his forehead in thanks. I have to call Kida now. I fear if we don't tell them soon, they'll organize a search party. His own voice sounded foreign to him, roughened by the tears, and yet softened by Komori's presence, and fading in strength. The other nodded weakly. It wasn't... I mean, Atsumu, those marks. Suna gulped. The image is still vivid in his mind. He motioned for the place next to him on the couch, and Komori immediately understood and sat down beside him. I'm not sure I can explain it twice. Atsumu told me to tell them everything rather than make up an excuse for his absence, so just stay close. Komori nodded. His whole body tensed, and this time he didn't touch him. Suna appreciated the room to breathe, and with shaking hands searched for Kida's contact. Moshi, Suna-kun, what can I do for you? Are we ready? You're still alive? Yes. Are we ready for Kido? I was hoping you would make a video about him since family and I... Well, here we go. Here we go. What did we miss? The captain, you know this? Yes. And Atsuma's boyfriend. And Atsuma's boyfriend. God, I'm nervous. I can't. Victoria! It's going to be okay. You asked for that. I'm just saying, Victoria, you specifically asked for this. Actually, Kida's reaction, because he seems so calm 90% of the time. Yeah! Yeah. 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 Okay. I got this. I don't got this. Okay. His breath caught in his throat briefly as he heard his former captain's voice. Still so calm and steady, and today filled with just the hint of openly displayed contentment, yes, and affection. And he wondered whether it was the anniversary that they ought to celebrate right now that brought this out of the usually stoic farmer. I actually need to talk to you. It's about Atsumu. Can you gather the others? He felt the shift before he heard it in his voice as he called for them. Of course. We were actually waiting for him. He's not usually late today out of all days. Kida felt the silence with careful conversation, but Suna recognized in his tone that he had long since picked up on the fact that something was wrong. Alright, you're on speaker now. We are listening. He heard hints of Sakusa's confusion and Aaron's gentle reassurance, but couldn't distinguish any words as they tried to remain quiet to give him the room to speak. His mouth felt suddenly dry and his throat too tight. How do you even explain something so terrible? Over the phone, nonetheless. Suna? Yes, I'm sorry. Give me a moment. He felt the unrest on the other end of the line growing, and Komori's grounding touch as he, to his surprise, handed him a glass of water like he had just known. Slowly, he took a sip before handing it back to him, bracing himself. Very good. Not you ruining the anniversary. Details. I would never. Can I say that I really love your videos? Like the way you express emotions, feelings, and portray both healthy and the toxic. It was amazing. Thanks. Stop, that makes me so happy. Okay, deep breath. Ready for this reaction? Any feedback, anticipation? It's definitely interesting at 1 a.m. at night. Well, for me, it is 8 a.m. in the morning. So, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm gonna continue. You said this was about Atsumu? Kida coaxed gently, though even his voice betrayed growing concern. What is wrong with Atsumu? Is he with you? Sakusa had no such patience, and he could hear how Aaron tried to soothe him, though he too was agitated. I'm very happy and grateful that you're doing this. What I ask? Of course. I appreciate you all so much. Wait, knowing me, if I was in Atsumo's boyfriend's position, I would have assumed Sumo got killed by the boyfriend. Okay, yeah. That's certainly a likely possibility to jump to. Jeez. Yes, Q, we're ready. Well, maybe I'm not ready. No, it's alright, I got this. It's totally how we cope with the pain for Sumo. Yes. Yes. Maybe this was the best place to start anyway. Yes, he's with us. He's with us and he's safe and taken care of. I'll need you to remember that. Okay? You're scaring me a bit, Antoro. Aaron interjected nervously. We will keep it in mind, Kida promised. Suna's other hand balled into a fist, to the point of pain as he forced the next words to dissemble on his tongue. Hi, Hi, Emo Croissant. Please read the pinned message. Yes. It's totally how we cope with it. I'm gonna use it. Stop, this is what I watch for my mental health. That is kind of weird for normal people. No, don't worry. I do the same. Wait, you said normal people. Oh, okay. Never mind. Something happened. Something bad. Atsumo was assaulted. It was his ex-boyfriend. He touched him and choked. He had to catch his breath while trying to get as much of the words out as possible before his voice would give out on him. He didn't get much further. Seven would have found them and intervened, but Atsumu is a wreck and the marks. Hot tears burned tracks into his cheeks anew, and he tried hard to ignore the reactions from the other end of the line, though most of it was stunned silence anyway. He's taken care of, and the police are looking for that bastard. It's just... it re-traumatized him. That asshole was an abusive dickhead through and through, and it sent him spiraling again. From the other end of the line, silence resonated until it was abruptly broken by an agonized, angry sob, but most of all, helpless. Likely Sakusas, who knew at least a few bits and pieces of what happened between Atsumo and Yoshida. It was filled with threats against the bastard that never made it into proper words, let alone actions. When? Where? How? He never heard Kida so frantic, or Aaron's voice being so chilling as he did put words to the threats and harm he wished to inflict on Atsumo's ex. I don't know the details. He just requested I tell you everything. He thinks you'll be mad at him. A choked cry followed that statement that was so alien to all three of them he couldn't place it. Why? Aaron demanded helplessly. He thinks this was cheating on his part. That he didn't defend himself. Bullshit! Utter bullshit! Of course it wasn't! Sakusa's voice was amplified by a desperate rage. I know that. Suna placed it weakly. Of course I know that. Anyone who'd see those marks would know it wasn't. He forced another deep breath. I know, but you have to understand. I saw part of the interactions in the past, and Atsumo freezes when he sees him. He can't help it. The bastard knows exactly what to do to make him compliant. From Atsumo's perspective, that doesn't make him cheating. He never had a choice. If he was given one, he wouldn't have endured that. For a moment, Suna was stunned. He had never heard Kida desperate, so angry on another's behalf. He was falling apart. He didn't know what to do as the sobs of the one of the strongest people he knew rang through the phone. Aaron soothed him, even though his voice too was thinning, assuring him that they knew while Kida continued to weakly defend Atsumu as if he had to. Oh no. Next level angst. Why are you sobbing? I need to know. I knew him in room smiling. Look at me. I'm also just coping. Oh, I'll go guys. Exactly, I know you would think watching this for mental health is so weird. No, honestly, I get it. I 100% get it. Y'all look me scared. Whoops. Yeah. I'm listening and loving it, but since I don't know how much longer I can stay, I'll say this now. How about Sakuratsu and Kida going to Daisuke Iwa's house since they had to get kidnapped and talk to each other? And don't worry, I already considered this. I saw also that, like, a request like that was put in. I will probably make that, however, not main storyline, more like a side thing because of the In My Shadow storyline. Correct, that's not cheating. Anyone who says it's cheating, I'm sending you to hell personally. Agreed. 100% agreed. You know, seriously, even Kida's angry. Yes, solidly quite sad. It is. It is. That's the point. Like to share coping methods and experiences. Poor Kida. Yes. Do we want to continue? What a beautiful bird. I know, right? She's so pretty. My other bird is up there. Right, Akari? Hibiki? The poor boys. Kira's scared and angry. Ooh, you're gonna love chapter 3. I'm just... Anyway. Hi, welcome. I live for the trauma, so yes. Yeah, so we're reading currently a story. It has content warnings. It's pinned to the top. Please read them beforehand, and if you don't want to, please don't stay. But I'm loving this story. I can see myself already weeping. Yes. We're gonna continue. Looks like it. People want to continue. All right. Suna, have a seat. Does he have everything he needs? Aaron asks pleadingly, and Suna at first only manages to nod even though he knows he can't see them. Aww. Hi, Akari. What you doing? You're getting really good at flying, aren't you? Careful. Good girl. Such a pretty girl. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. Okay. Yes, he does. This is not the first time we know what to do. Good. I assume it would be too much if we came to help. A wounded sound echoed from the other end of the line. Kida. A weak protest right behind it. Sakusa. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but he needs space. We understand. We prepare everything he needs for when he feels ready to return. Please, if you can, send me a list with everything that might help. He heard Sakusa's reluctant agreement, and ironically, Kida's soft pleading to go to Atsumu now. It broke his heart in a way he didn't know was possible, and he blindly reached for Komori's hand again, who, despite trembling himself, was immediately there to stabilize him. What? Kia, when's your birthday? In April. My birthday's in April. Kia having a bird makes me want to have one too. They look fun to have. They do, but they're also a lot of, like, they're very messy. So yeah, do a lot of research before you get any pets, but I love my birds. Absolutely. Birds like say one story too. No. They can't understand them. They're too young. Yes. Alright. God, Kita's just breaks my heart. And I wrote this. Anyway. Of course. It might take a while though. What? Okay, I got this. My legs are not hurting. They are. Constantly. Oh god. I love Kita so much. That's okay. We'll be waiting for him whenever he's ready, Aaron assured him. Kita cried out again, and now Atsakusa chimed in to reassure him weakly. And Suna, please just let him know that we don't blame him. We want him home. He has done nothing wrong. Aaron's words ended abruptly as he seemed to choke on them, but Suna nodded again. And with a last, of course, sealing another promise, he ended the call. He let himself sink into the couch, suddenly feeling as if run over by a train. Komori next to him looked positively horrified. Even without Suna spelling it out, it wasn't hard to fill the gaps. He cursed under his breath. God, only 5%. It was unfair. This whole thing was so monumentally unfair. Atsumu had been finally doing better. Suna knew from rare moments of vulnerability between them of all the progress he had made, and that with his boyfriend's love and patience, even in the absence of a clean cause, or maybe it could be because they were patient without knowing why they had to be, he could slowly introduce real intimacy between them. He was finally on a promising path of healing, so why now? Why did the bastard have to ruin it all over again? Wasn't it enough that Atsumu would carry the scars for the rest of his life? Suna filled his lungs with a shaky yet determined breath before gently squeezing Komori's hand one last time and getting up slowly. He felt cold as soon as his hand slipped from the Libera's grasp, his heart aching as he heard the choked sob behind him. I'll be right back, he promised, though his voice felt hollow. Entering the fox den again, he felt strangely numb, almost soothed as he saw Atsumu had calmed a little. The pain... Ooh, that's my alarm. Haha. Okay. I think it should have reconnected now. Woo. I can't. I don't have a charging cable right here. It's over there. That's why time is limited. Alright. Okay. We're getting back to it. The pain had carved lines into Osimo's face as he looked down at his brother, gently patting over his hair. Yet a soft affection had returned to his eyes, was soothing him gently. Suna made his presence known with a soft hum, causing the silver hair to look up. Guarded, but the tension melted away as soon as he recognized Rintaro, who gave him a gentle smile in return. Just as before, the raven knelt down beside the bed, searching the clouded honey eyes that betrayed no lie but honest heart. Atsumu? He barely reacted, but the slight shift in his gaze told him that he focused on him, that he was listening. I talked to them. Immediately the Setter tensed, his breath catching, his pupils widening. He didn't hide away. He braced himself, undoubtedly for the rejection that he didn't deserve nor would get. They aren't mad. Not at you, at least. They want you home, whenever you're ready. They love you still, and nothing about today would ever change that. His voice was firm yet gentle. They requested that I tell you that they don't blame you, not even for a second, that they'll be waiting for you, no matter how long. Atsumu's eyes found his, disbelief written all over his face. Then suddenly he sobbed in what could only be described in a mixture of agony and relief. He visibly tried and failed to soothe himself, but Asumu was there immediately. He exchanged a meaningful glance with Suna, whose lips were pressed together, but he gave him a determined nod, suppressing the urge to reach out to Atsumu. He knew it wouldn't have the intended effect. Back in the living room, he instead wrapped Komori in his arms tightly, the knot in his chest loosening ever so slightly, when under the care of the libero, he calmed, and vice versa. Maybe this time, with all the more people to share the burden, picking up the pieces wouldn't take so long. Maybe this time the shards wouldn't cut as deep. And maybe the wounds would get bandaged quicker. Hi. So that was chapter 2. Suna, I love Suna. Oh god, I love Suna so much. He's amazing, isn't he? I can't wait to try to make his clay chibi figure. Yep. So that was chapter 2. I'm gonna be good if I talk to cope. That's a good coping mechanism. That's a good coping mechanism. What are we thinking so far? Guess I love all the characters except the bitch. Agreed. 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 I will listening to this in the background. Aw. Thank you. I hope it's soothing. Sort of. That was so good. Thank you. I love it. Thank you so much. We have 5% left. We can attempt the 3rd chapter, if that's what you want. I just do Atsumu as a fox and Sakusa as a butterfly because I needed to go. Oh, that sounds so sweet. I'm so excited to see the whole story. Yeah. No, we are ready. I spoiled you for 2 chapters. That's amazing. To be honest, your voice is very calming. Thank you. Love listening to your story. No, thank you. Okay, so we wanna attempt the 3rd chapter. There's 2 people. Yes. Can't wait for the whole story. Yes. I'm gonna give you a hint. I think you're really gonna like the 3rd chapter. It's called Fairy Lights, but I think you will also really hate the 3rd chapter. Because that's how angst work. You love and hate it. Alright. Okay. Sorry, my legs hurt. Fairy Lights. Wait, let me drink something first. Okay. Too much of it now in this story. Love, hate, admit. A day passed, then 2, 3. Sakusa was prepared to wait much longer, though prepared might not capture the feeling accurately. Every day, every hour, Atsumu's absence in the house resonated like a hollow ache. The first time he saw signs of the abuse the Setter lived through, and subsequently learned the reason behind his sudden panic, the occasional flinching, the stiffness and tension overcoming him seemingly out of nowhere, the periods of sudden silence in which he became almost apathetic, Atsumu escaped to the safe familiarity of his brother's apartment for almost 3 days, the only life sign being a one-word reply to his apology. This time, the only line of communication were updates from Suna and Komori, not a single word from either of the twins. It left a bitter taste in Sakusa's mouth that had nothing to do with anger and all with having to rely on second-hand information on Atsumo's well-being. The atmosphere at home was tense and quiet. Too quiet. It wasn't just the setter's lively and bright aura that was missing, but all Aaron's unshakable reassurance seemed cracked. Kita's steady routine broken, and Sakusa himself couldn't find the words anymore he usually exchanged with them daily. Shinsuke spent most of his time in their bedroom preparing it for Atsumo's return, according to Suna's and Osamu's instructions. He had gone out the same day to buy fairy lights, only to return with an armful of fox plushies, his eyes glistening with unshed tears as he presented them to Aaron. The taller had wiped them away a tear of his own gently before quickly helping Kiyomi to wash and disinfect them properly, while Kita had begun fastening the lights in their room. It was unrecognizable from before, far less practical with the amount of blankets and pillows and plushies that now littered the room, making it appear softer, warmer. It was okay. They had enough space for practicality. It looked almost mystical when Kita was done with it. Sakusa never took him for someone who'd thrive in creating something like this, but the result was otherworldly, comforting in a way that was hard to capture with words alone. He had no doubt that Atsumu would love it, right after getting over pouting because they never allowed him to get as many plushies as he wanted before. A smile tugged at his lips at the mental image. It was so vivid to him despite being so far out of reach at the moment. Suddenly, soft steps announced Kita's presence behind him. Surprised, he looked up, and he was met with determination as his eyes found Kita's. Fairy lights, no, the twins. No, the twins are fairies. Panic attacks are really terrifying. Oh, yeah, they are. Fox plushies, comfy, great, yes. Can Kita redo my room? Oh, God, same. Okay, for this next part, I want you to give me your theories as we go, okay? Please. I will continue to give you this chapter if you give me your theories throughout this next part. Just whatever thoughts come to mind, whatever you think how the story will progress. Is that a fair deal? Theories? Okay. Thank you, Kemma. Yes. Manuel. Okay. Because I'm excited. I really, please give me your theories, give me a live reaction. That's all I want. And then I give you as much of this story as you want. Okay. We're continuing. Everything okay? The silver-haired hummed affirmatively before giving him a small smile. I want to get a few more things. Would you come with me? Aaron is still out grocery shopping. If you want anything specific, we could call him. Bakita shook his head softly, and Sakusa already knew this wasn't about groceries. He felt the tension in his chest grow slightly. Something about this felt off, yet he knew he couldn't deny him. True to his expectation, as soon as the doe brown eyes fixated him again, now slightly pleading, he caved, putting his gloves aside after he set the last plate on the rack to dry. All right. I could prepare dinner already for when you and Aaron return. Truly, the grocery run too was more a distraction to get things Atsumu might appreciate when he came back home, but Kida shook his head. Please accompany me. I have a feeling like it would be better if you did. His eyes didn't meet his at the last part, and Sakusa frowned slightly, not ignorant to the way Kita's hands trembled slightly. He nodded slowly. Okay, let's go. This was still strange territory to him. Before, 3 days ago, when the news came that would shatter their reality, he had never seen Kita fall apart. Seeing him overwhelmed on occasion was already rare, and he always handled each situation with a frankly scary amount of emotional maturity and self-regulation. Even when asking and accepting help from them, it hardly felt like that. He communicated everything so clearly and calmly that seeing him genuinely devastated beyond what he could handle was scary. He had returned to being calm and collected soon after, but it felt different. Sakusa could only assume that he was still processing everything in his own way, but not being able to read and understand his reactions anymore scared him. Something was different, even though it looked so familiar. Sometimes it was like he caught a shadow laying itself over Kita's eyes, something colder. But whenever he tried to offer comfort, it ended up feeling like Kita was comforting him as he patted over his back soothingly. There was a part of the silver-haired the silver-haired refused to process, and Sakusa didn't know how to address it or how to help him. He was left silently watching and waiting for a sign that he was ready to talk about it. Alright, what are we thinking so far? Catalyst theories as plot twists, of course. I write this for the possible dissociation and switching. Alright, got it. I think that Kira is going to go over there, to be honest. Interesting. Wait, they're going out to get revenge? Who knows? Interesting theories. The next calm thing he's going to do is to beat up, who. Maybe. Alright. Either Atsumo's partners, especially Kira or Atsumo, are all together with making make the what was bitch name to torture or more. Interesting. I really want to read this fanfic myself because I have to go. Alright, don't worry, it will eventually be up as a full story on the YouTube. Okay. Plot twist, Kira knows some people that owe him favors and he's gonna ask them to kill what's his name. Got it! Interesting! I love this. Please continue with giving me your reactions and I continue reading this to you. Next paragraph. Well, multiple paragraphs. I'm just so excited. Like, this was not planned. This entire chapter was not planned. None of this was planned, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. See you later. Kita seemed almost back to his normal self, if maybe even a little bit more excitable, as they walked down the street to the store he had in mind. I saw online that they have weighted blankets. I think they could really help Atsumo after everything that happened. He forced a smile, and Kiyomi nodded briskly. The spiker gently took Kita's hand as he caught him looking around vigilantly. Soothingly, he let his thumb roam over his fingers. The silver-haired smile softened a little, though there was still something tense, almost guilty in his gaze. He dragged Kiyomi forward, talking more than even under normal circumstances, let alone in the past days. Mostly about Atsumo, and nicer days in the past, and to look forward to. It only added to Sakusa's confusion, but if it helped him, he wouldn't object. It actually made his heart lighten a bit, and he followed the other gladly. At the entrance to the shop, Kita hesitated briefly, his eyes scanning the surrounding streets, causing Kiyomi to mirror him in confusion. But before he could ask, he was shoved forward. The protest died on his tongue as he saw the determination in Kita's eyes again, and was left to helplessly follow him. The frown on his face remained as he observed him, but he tried to shake off his irritation. Whatever it was that made Kita act so oddly, he doubted this was the right place and time to address it. Maybe just helping him find whatever he was searching for would settle the odd restlessness that had taken hold of him. They began roaming through the various sections. The store was quite large, and he noticed Kita getting more and more tense as time passed. It served to get Kiyomi more invested in the task as well, and he scanned the shelves with a concentrated scowl. After a while, Kita sighed. I think I saw a sign a few rows back. I'll go double check. Can you check over there? Okay. How are you healing from the surgery? You go just wondering. Oh, it's completely healed. It all turned out great. No issues there. It's almost a year now. Can't believe it. They're going to make a date or a comfort date. Interesting. Plot twist. What's his name? Gets killed by a truck and then gets reincarnated into a Demon Slayer Bell. Oh yeah. I can see that happening. When I find the guy at the store on the street. Or find Atsumu. Interesting. Oh yes, I like the theory of finding him on the streets. You'll find whatever's at the store. I have the feeling that Kiyomi will be the most important character. Development and helps Atsumu with the panic and touch problems through trauma. I love all of this. You guys, this is gonna be amazing. You're gonna... Yes. Torn from his concentration, he looked up, confused, in the direction Kita was pointing at before nodding in confirmation. But before he could voice it out loud, Kita had already disappeared. It left him even more irritated, and it felt like a nervous itch was spreading under his skin. It didn't help that when he turned around to follow the former captain's instructions, a guy walking in the opposite direction bumped into him. The apology for his unattentiveness was already on his tongue, but the galea the other threw at him made him swallow it. It was an accident, no reason to be so rude about it. Something about the pure hatred that Kiyomi absolutely didn't deserve set him off. No. She doesn't want to come to me. That was so cute. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. And sent chills down his spine. Wait, Kiyomi definitely knows how to kill the crimes he can get away. I'm just wondering, with this paragraph, are you seeing what I'm laying down? Are you seeing it? Please tell me you're seeing it. They ran into it to stay gold. Okay, we're gonna continue. I got this. He tried to shake it off and move on, slowly starting to doubt his own sanity. Everything about this day seemed out to make him even more irritated, and his nerves were wearing thin. It didn't help that the aisle Kita sent him down eventually turned from blankets, none of them weighted, to kitchen utensils, which was the last thing he needed right now. By the way, I actually, when I was in the store to buy some stuff for like living here, I had an aisle like that. It started with like bedding, and eventually we were a kitchen utensil. I was like, how? What? Okay. I'm totally blind. I see it. All right. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready, guys? Please, I need to know what you think about this. Slowly, he retraced the steps, searching for Kita, while letting his gaze roam over the eyes once more. They're separated. I'm just saying, they are separated. Kiyomi is not with Kita right now. Just, putting in crumbs of information. They have split up. Yes. Okay. However, his boyfriend was nowhere to be found. Confused, he walked through all the aisles, holding pillows, blankets, bedding, and eventually even the kitchen utensils again, but no luck. He was about to call when, as if on cue, a message appeared on his screen. His heart stopped. I think I know where this is going. Do you? Do you know where this is going? Because I know where this is going. And I desperately need to know what you think about it. Call the police, side alley, diagonally across from the back exit. Fuck. He cursed under his breath, dialing the emergency number when rushing towards the exit. His breath came in shorter and shorter bursts. The back exit was guarded. He couldn't breathe. The emergency operator asked him questions. Oh, darling. He didn't know the answer to. He rushed out of the front, earning himself skeptical looks from the security guards. He didn't care. Shinsuke. Where was Shinsuke? He was panicking. His brain provided uselessly. The operator on the other end of the line tried to get him to calm down. He couldn't. Shin. Where? His lungs burned, heart aching in his throat. She assured him the police were on their way. Why was Shinsuke in danger? Why now? Who? What? Sorry, I get too excited about this stuff. I know where this is going and I don't really like it. Are you sure, Shadow, you know where this is going? Because... Can we see the birds a little later? Of course, I mean... Yes. Finally, he turned around the corner to the alley Kita had described. Wait, what if it's... What's his name on Kita's phone? Well, who knows? Despite being told to stay put and froze promptly. His blood was rushing in his ears, everything ached, but his world shrunk to a single focus point as he saw him. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you can tell where this is going? Kita was out of breath. Hunched over, ever so slightly, his short hair just long enough to cover his eyes, which were focused on something on the ground. Sakose didn't care for at the moment. Red streaked his face. With shaking hands, he reached out to him, having forgotten about his phone or the police. Shin. Kita's head snapped up. His eyes burned with wild rage that appeared to be almost frozen in time. It was as if Kiyomi saw himself confronted with an unmoving flood wave, waiting for the tension to snap. A pained groan alerted him to what he had previously hadn't recognized as another person to Kita's feet. Babies! His face was bloodied, but Sakuse still recognized the man that bumped into him in the aisle. He looked badly concussed and barely conscious. He attacked me first. His eyes snapped back up to Kita, who seemed now almost gleeful. Something manic glinted in his eyes, a smile tugged at the corners of his lips. He attacked me first, he repeated, barely containing the pride in his voice, and pointing silently behind him. Sakusa followed his gaze and found a surveillance camera. It wasn't hard to spot, yet if you weren't looking for it specifically, it wouldn't stand out. His breath caught in his throat, and as he began to grasp the full meaning of Kita's words, and he felt slightly nauseous. Not because what he had done to the man, even though he probably should have. He gulped, forcing a deep breath of air back into his lungs before hanging up the phone. The police were on their way, he did his part. His teeth gritted together tightly at the thought. You planned this. His voice sounded hollow, but he couldn't keep the anger from it. Kita looked at him unaffected. The shaky mania from having executed his plan successfully had long begun to fade, but satisfaction resonated in his eyes. Yes. His voice was steady, unburdened by shame or regret. This is... He felt bile rise up in his throat as he looked at Yoshida. The whole time his presence had been a looming, intimidating threat, but now he looked just pathetic and small. Yes, Kita repeated. Are you sure? Yes. Sakusa felt flames of anger, seething hot, licking at his insides, but he swallowed it all down. The police would arrive soon. The camera was still on them, and even though it luckily was likely not catching any details, likely wasn't catching any details. God. He stumbled forward, pulling Kita into his arms tightly, as a concerned boyfriend would. And he was. Under all his anger, he was worried sick to the point he felt genuinely about to throw up. His grip tightened, and Kita let out a slight gasp of surprise. We'll talk about this at home. Don't you dare go to jail over this. Way to go, Kita! Yay! I know I like Kita. Good, Kita. Very good job. Knew it! Kita better not go to jail. What happened? Wait, there's cameras? You shouldn't say that stuff. Cameras, surveillance cameras do not pick up audio, especially not from that far away. What they're saying, and especially after Sakusa hung up the phone, is not relevant. What they're doing is relevant. You guys, I know we're excited about this, but this has a flip side. Just saying. Just saying. Are you ready for more? Oh god, we had 1%. Fuck! My battery's about to die. Something... Not from that far away. Surveillance cameras are not that good. Especially not older ones when they're far away. No, don't die, please. Also, lip reading is not considered evidence on a camera. I'm pretty sure it's not. That's just not a consistent enough science. Alright. Something like a chuckle escaped the silver-haired and he relaxed in his arms. You still care. His voice carried an odd, blissful relief, making Sakusa suddenly realize how close he was to tears. Whether driven by anger, desperation, or fear, he wasn't sure. Of course. What do you think I'm as angry with you as I am? What were you thinking? Don't worry. I'm not sure we were always inside of the camera and that he tried to assault me first. It was self-defense. I even restrained myself. Sakusa winced at that, the image of Yoshida beaten bloody still in his mind. That's not the point. You were... Behind them, police sirens echoed, stopping him abruptly. He took a last deep breath. It took everything of him to push down the anger and perhaps even hints of horror at realizing what his boyfriend had done. It was only slowly sinking in. But no matter all that, all he was now was a concerned partner fussing over Kita's injuries, and so glad that he got lucky and that the police arrived in time. It helped a little that Yoshida had begun staring and, while being questioned, hurled insults at Kita, who was now miraculously meek and frightened. He visibly couldn't bear having been defeated by him, though Sakusa was still surprised at how quickly he seemed to forget what Kita had done to him. He certainly wouldn't. He never took Kita for a great actor, let alone a liar. In fact, this was the first time he ever saw him lie. Though in truth, most of it was lie by omission. Even his fear wasn't fake. He was trembling and shaking, and Sakusa saw that none of this left him unscathed. His heart ached, watching him retell everything, from learning of Atsumu's assault to the vile things Yoshida said to him as he dragged him into the alley. Which Sakusa didn't doubt for a second. Nobody present would after seeing his outburst. He skipped the part where he had somehow known Yoshida would be here, and presented himself readily as his next victim to trick him into giving him an excuse to defend himself. Sakusa still wasn't sure how he had managed it, but he was determined to figure it out later. They were reassured that Yoshida would be under strict supervision and in custody until the trial, that they had more than enough evidence to convict him, that Kita's actions were undoubtedly self-defense. They theorized that after Atsumu was out of reach and a report had been made against him, targeting Kita was an act of revenge. They probably weren't entirely wrong, though the planned part of it wasn't on his side, but as they assumed, but Kita's. Sakusa, of course, didn't mention that. By the time they were permitted to leave, he felt numb. He looked at Kita on the way home. He didn't look at Kita on the way home, and vice versa. I knew it. Anyways, what's his name? I knew it. If they leave Kita over this, I'm gonna flip even worse than if Kita's gone to jail. Oh my god, I knew I'm going to see him at the shop. Yeah. Yes, I knew it. I would hate everything. This is stressful. Plot twist, Kita is a Marvel's child. Yes. Oh my god, I'm glad that hurt. God, I love them all characters except you know who. Yes, so this is chapter 3. But the thing is, it's me. You know that I'll find a way to make all of this emotionally devastating, right? Right? And that's in fact what chapter 4 is about. But I do not have the battery life or time anymore to get into chapter 4. Tristan! Thank you so much! Thank you so much. It's the yellow one. You like the yellow ones. Don't pretend. Oh god. Why? Yes, the birds will get their breakfast now. And yeah. Hi, I just trying to see what's going on. Actually, stream is about to be over. I'm so sorry. The timing is really bad. But yeah, we have read fanfic together today and lots of other stuff. And my birds are doing chaos. Hey, Mickey. Wait. Do you want some millet? Do you want to say goodbye with some millet? No good fish yet. Yeah. What have you done to this? Oh my god, I only saw now. Look what she's done to my pencil case. You have shredding toys. I gave you specific shredding toys so that you wouldn't do that. I can't believe these words. Oh well. I have to clean up my room because my birds made a huge mess out of it. I have to give them breakfast and then I have to get ready to go to my hairstylist appointment. So this is Hibiki and up there is also Akari, my other bird. See? Say I like it so much to special care because my computer's broken. Oh no! Guys, you all have terrible timing. No, chapter 4. I will either read, because obviously it will take a while for us to get chapter 4 in, like video-wise. I either will read it on another live stream, or you'll have to wait until it comes out. I'm sorry, guys. Yes. Please look at the mod text. Which mod text? What? What did I miss? Hi, we need to fix up the rules. Some people have been saying we need to add more context and will not listen. I'm confused. Wait, I need to address it later because I really have to go right now. But I really appreciated this live stream. It's a long time. We have streamed for almost 4 hours. It's been forever since we had such a long live stream. But yeah, I really appreciated all of this and all the donations. That's my alarm telling me that I have to go. Yeah, all the donations. Thank you so much for everyone who donated. It's generally a huge relief on my part. Just I'm trying. I have to pay tuition because I didn't get the scholarship for the first time in May, and I'm currently trying by making more content to earn my tuition until then, so that I don't have to dip into my savings. So yeah, any donation really helps a lot. But even if you can't donate, if you just watch my content, that does a lot for me, especially the newer videos and the super cuts. Yes, yes. Um, and yeah, also the live streams, that is also a huge thing. So everything is very, very, very much appreciated, and you make it possible for me to go to college. I just wanted to reiterate that. So I'm immensely grateful. I mean, my family supports me a whole lot, but to have this job, and I only have it because of you guys, it's a huge relief. I'm working on my 40,000 subscriber special. Please stop subscribing to me because it's not finished. And we're only 40 subscribers away from that. Whoopsie. Anyway. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta speedrun it. I'll have to speedrun the 40k special. But I promise I will still make it as pretty as I can. And I hope to see you all very soon. You guys are the absolute best. This was an amazing live stream. Would love to do this again. To be in this big. I'm just, okay. Because I'm already spoilering so much. Oh god, 1%, 1%. 1%, I can do this. Because I'm already spoilering so much, let me give you a glimpse. Because you are, you don't, no. You don't know what I mean by 40k special. This is what I mean by 40k special. I mean animation shit by 40k special. This is what I mean by 40k special. Okay? Okay? It's gonna be very short, because I'm a beginner, and this takes forever. It's gonna be an animatic, so there's not gonna be a lot of movement. But yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. And it's, of course, it's still gonna include angst and wholesomeness, because that's my channel, angst and wholesomeness. And I have no idea how we got to that point. But yeah. Do you know how fucking excited I am to get this not just done, but to show it to you? I don't have the words. I drew all these backgrounds, and I'm drawing the characters like forever ago. Literally forever ago. I posted a very, very, very sneaky sneak peek about these drawings, right? This is part of the 40 subscriber special. This has been in the making for so long. I'm so excited for this. And I can't. And I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Even though I'm saying it's gonna be 2 minutes long. It's not going to be very long because I can't. This is way too much. It's gonna be 2 minutes long. And still, I'm not done. And I'm so excited to show it to you. And now we're almost at 40k. And I'm not done. Guys, someone save me. Anyway, I already said my things 1,000 times over. Though I feel like I should say it 1,000 times over again. Because genuinely, none of this would be possible without you. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope to see you next week again. That is the soonest I can guarantee a video coming out. And until then, have a wonderful and absolutely amazing day and week. And a good start into this new week. For me, it's Monday. Yay! Bye, everyone!